Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another show. And today, as you can see, I'm joined by a wonderful array of people. We have Jordan, we have Mitch, and we have someone making their debut on this channel. We have Patrick Spence-Lewis as well. So we have got Jordan, who will be on the Liverpool game for today. Mitch is going to be on the United and, well, any game that takes his eye as the scorelines are coming in. And Paddy will be on the Spurs versus Leicester game. So, first of all, Paddy, I'm going to go to you because you're in the second big game. So, Paddy, how are you feeling against Leicester? Do you reckon you can do a job?
I think we're going to be useless. Leicester, I'd say 2-0 Leicester. I think it's going to be a comfortable game for them.
Comfortable game for Leicester is what Paddy is going with. And of course, Jordan, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since we've had you on, since
Pleased to be back.
Chelsea demolished Porto. What have you made to sort of the run-in, and who do you reckon is going to finish in the top four?
I think I commented on this on your last stream. I think Chelsea will just scrape through. I think it's a done deal for them. I'd like to think of the Champions League as well because Porto is pre-qualified, so let's have another go.
And Mitch, it's been a pretty disappointing season for Manchester United in terms of, well, everything getting knocked out of the Champions League, and you guys are just really playing for pride to make sure you don't get...
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Disappointing. European final, second best team in the league.
But not the European final you were supposed to be in. So...
But when was we ever making a Champions League final, though, this year? So... I'm happy with that. We should have done better in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong, it was disappointing, but that was the low point of the season. I think we've turned it around since then. It was disappointing that we didn't take the charge when we went top, but I don't think we could be mad at the season as a whole. I think it's been another promising season. Made progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to say we need to get some score predictions in, but it's kind of going to be difficult because we have got 4 games to go for. I've already said my score prediction, so if anyone is in the chat, be sure to go onto the video from the other day and have a look at my score predictions from the other day. So Max is in the chat. Good afternoon, Max. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you are doing well. We're going to have a look through now we're going to have a look through the teams, and we are going to find out, who's playing and who's not. That's the best way to put it. So we'll start off with the game that I'm focused on, which is, if I can get my screen to start sharing. It's taking a little while here. Come on. Here we go. So we will focus on the game that I'm focused on, the most important game, in my opinion, which is Chelsea versus Aston Villa, or Aston Villa versus Chelsea. If my sofa score will eventually load, that would be even better. There we are. I've lost my mouse now. Where's that gone? Here we are. So I have not seen these lineups at all. So we will have a look, and I'll give you a rundown of everything that's going on in this stream. So here are the 2 teams for today. We have Matt Target at left back, Tyrone Mings, Courtney House, don't even know who that is, Ezra Konza, John McGinn, Marvelous Nakamba, Jack Grealish, Bertrand Traore, Anwar El Ghazi, and Ollie Watkins as well. So we've got there's a lot of good players in that Aston Villa side, which makes me a little bit worried, especially because they will be at home and they have got 10,000 fans. I am aware you can't see me at the minute. I am hiding under my own face, but that is okay. So hopefully you guys can deal with me being under my own face for 5 minutes or so. And then Chelsea they've got the Champions League final in mind. I'm sure that'll be a reason for a few of the changes. And Eduard Mendy, Antonio Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Reece James are the 3 at the back. Reece James has started to play as a right centre-back, which is maybe a little bit strange. Didn't really think he had it in him, but he's done well recently. And then we've got Ben Chilwell and Cesar Azpilicueta as the wing-backs, Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho in centre midfield with Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner. So a plenty of attacking threat for Chelsea. More than capable of beating this Aston Villa side, but Aston Villa back with Jack Grealish could cause a lot of problems. And I'll just scroll down and try and find the table. So this is why we are focusing on these 3 games at the moment, as you can see, Chelsea on 67 points, potentially in a better position, but it is all to play for in this game, and it is a matter of goal difference between Leicester and Liverpool. So all to play for, absolutely all to play for. And so we will then move on to the next. We'll move on to the next one as well. And Max says, I'll be watching Spurs Leicester. It's always exciting when every team plays at once. It is. I think we've missed that, really, haven't we? We've missed that over the course of the pandemic. And unfortunately, it's been good to be able to watch all of the games, but we missed those 3 o'clock kickoffs and the drama of final score. And hopefully we'll bring a little bit of drama today. And we will move over onto Mitch's game. And let me just get it loaded up. And then, Mitch, if you don't mind, taking it away with the talking about the Manchester United teams, if I can find it. I need to start sharing my screen again.
I'll just say while you're finding it, it's not a surprise. He's played a complete mess of a team, really. It's just, again, nothing game, really. One eye on the final. Well, both eyes on the final now. I think the interesting points of the team are Diallo starts, Mata starts in probably what's his last game, maybe for the club. Van der Beek gets a start, it's nice for him. But I think the big one is probably at the back. Tuanzebe and Bailly both start. I think looking into the final next week, I think that's the big question mark, because let's be real, Harry Maguire is not going to be making that final. So I think today is a big chance for Eric Bailly to stake his claim. If he wants to start, he needs a good performance. I think that's probably the one that Solskjaer's umming and ahhing over still. And Bailly's got it all to play for today.
Absolutely. And where do you see the threat coming from this Wolves side? They've been a little bit disappointing so far this year. Yeah. And obviously they're without Jimenez, aren't they? So where do you think the threat is?
The difficulty, they've not looked... It's horrible saying it's not the most interesting thing to see either, but they've just looked boring all season, to be honest. They've looked really devoid of sort of sting. They've definitely got the creativity there, and they've certainly got it in wide areas with Aït-Nouri and Semedo on the other side. But it's just whether they can sort of get firing again. I don't think they will be today. It's a bit of it's a difficult situation for both sides, really. A bit of a nothing to lose, nothing to play for sort of situation. It's Nuno's last game, so maybe there'll be a bit of an upturn or whatever. But Adama Traore will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what role he takes up. It says, I think, they're lining up as a 2-striker system. Whether or not he'll stick to that and Fabio Silva will play alone, I'm not sure. But be interesting to see what positions he does pick up, because let's be honest, he can cause a problem, especially, if whatever wing he's on, if he can take Williams or Telles 1v1. It'll be interesting to see if he can finally show a skill or something, pull it out the bag and get beyond the man.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely intriguing set of fixtures. And Harry says, a big fan of Adama Traore at Wolves. I mean, he was good last season, wasn't he? He was very good. I think that's the best way to say it. And this season, he maybe hasn't been as good. But I'm still trying to get my stream loaded up. I don't know if anyone else is struggling, but I'm still trying to get mine loaded up. So we'll move over onto the Liverpool squad. And Jordan, you're going to have to do a little run through of it. I know, obviously, you are the Porto fan, but I'm sure you know a few of the players on this squad. So I'll get the team up. And Liverpool have surprised a lot of people getting back into the top 3 prediction, but top 4 sort of places. And I must say, I'm not actually surprised. And I know what you're all going to say. You're all going to be like, well, of course you can say that. They're now back in, they're now back in the positions. But I actually made a video where I predicted them to be on 69 points. And they are currently on 66. And if they win today, at the end of the season, they will be on 69 points. And I'll have got that spot on. So I just wanted to point that out whilst I could. But I will now share my screen. And Jordan, if you just want to give us a run through of this, there we are. Hang on, let me get the screen sharing of this Liverpool side for today, and of course the Crystal Palace side.
I'll pretend to be a Liverpool expert for literally 30 seconds. Alisson in goal. I don't know who else they've got. 4 at the back, Andrew Robertson, always a permanent fixture. Reece Williams, new start for me, as far as I'm aware. 20 years old, come from
Yeah.
the team. Obviously, trying to bring some game time for him. Sorry, I can't get my words out right. Bring some game time out for him. That'll be interesting. Nathaniel Phillips, I'm assuming that's another youth player.
He is, yeah. He's really strange, isn't it? Because I think Mitch will confirm this. Isn't he like 23? But
yeah, he's not the young side of a youth player anymore. But he's played a lot of football this season. Probably too much that anyone would. Both of them too much that anyone would have ever put them forward to. But they've looked better as the weeks have gone on. As good as you can expect from them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold's on the right hand side at the back. I'm still missing Virgil van Dijk, which has obviously been a big problem for Liverpool. But they've seemed to have coped better than I think a lot of people were expecting. But it's always been Liverpool's defence over the last 2 or 3 years where they've really struggled. When Wijnaldum in the middle, Fabinho in the centre midfield, and Thiago on the right mid, and they're really good players. Obviously, if you look at Wijnaldum's rating, it's a bit lower than the rest of them, but when he turns up, he plays well. At the front,
could be his last game for him.
It could. It could
definitely.
But you're getting a lot of that with it being obviously the last game of the season. It's getting to that time, but obviously a lot of it's out in the open, isn't it? Who's going to be here still? Who's not? I've lost the line now. Mohamed Salah, I expect him to turn up, and I would be interested to see if he could get a hat trick today. I think he'll want one, and I think it's quite possible against Palace.
Yeah, and what we've got to bear in mind as well, Mohamed Salah does have that golden boot to play for with Harry Kane, who will be in Paddy's game. So that'll be something to keep an eye on as well between these two sides. And, it's Roy Hodgson's last game as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it is, yeah.
Everything's to play for both teams here in that sense. It's definitely. And Max has just put, Sam, you're covered by a sub goal. Yeah, that's why I'm at the top. It's because you at least still know that I'm here and you can hear me talking. So that's why I'm up here. Everyone else, you get to see their beautiful faces for a little while longer. Have we gone through the Crystal Palace? We haven't yet. Do you want to go through the Crystal Palace team, Jordan?
I wasn't planning on, but yeah, we can go.
I'll go through it quickly then. I'll go through it quickly. So we've got Quentin in goal, Tyreek Mitchell at left back, who is, he's starting to show a bit of form, isn't he, Tyreek Mitchell? He scored a couple of days ago, starting to show some form at that left back role. Then they have former Chelsea player Gary Cahill, former Chelsea captain as well, with James Tompkins and Joe Ward at the 4 at the back. Then Cheku Kiati, James McCarthy, and Jairo Riedewald start in a 3 across the midfield. I'll be intrigued to see if it's actually a 4-5-1 rather than a 4-3-3. I think it maybe be a little bit more negative, but Roy Hodgson do tend to play a 4-3-3, so maybe. With Wilfred Zaha, Andros Townsend, and Jordan Ayew as the 3 up front. I've not been very impressed with Jordan Ayew at the moment, but it's one of them things, isn't it? Jordan Ayew, he was. What were you going to say?
Sorry, Is he one of the? Because I think they're talking about with Palace is they've got about half a team out of contract as well as Hodgson at the end of the season, haven't they? So if he's one of those, he's out of contract. They've got about 10 first team players out of contract.
Crikey!
So,
that doesn't look good for Crystal Palace, especially coming into the new season.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because you can't really predict where they're going to be next season now because I think the appointment's massive but they need to get that done early doors, really. You'd hope they had it in already so that they could, start to decide on who they're keeping around, who they want to offer deals to and who they don't. But I suppose we'll see. There'll be an interesting watch next season, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. I most certainly think there will be. One to watch for next season, maybe not for the right reasons either. And we will quickly go over to the Spurs game. And Paddy, you're gonna get your time. Don't worry. I'll quickly go over to the Spurs game. Unfortunately, we have to talk about Spurs as much as I don't want to talk about Spurs. We have to talk about them today because they are playing Leicester, the FA Cup winners, and it's been a mixed season, hasn't it, Paddy, for Spurs this season? It's maybe not been one of your finest, has it?
No, I'm going to have to pretend to be a football expert for this. But, Tottenham pretty useless. sort of gave up after about the first 3 games. Gave up watching them. Yeah, I think as soon as we signed Mourinho, it was going downhill.
You can tell by the ratings on here.
Yeah, standard team set up. What we've done for the past years. 4-2-3-1. Dele Alli's got back in the team, which he wasn't getting any game time really under Mourinho. So he's managed to solidify himself under Ryan Mason. Standard, Toby Alderweireld, Sanchez at centre back, Reguilón left back, Matt Doherty right back. Then midfield, Harry Winks hasn't had the best of seasons. Doubt we'll get into the England team for Euros. Højbjerg's been all right, not too bad. And then Son and Bergwijn, left and right. And then Kane's last game for Spurs, I reckon. And
do you think he'll go? Like realistically, I'm worried that
they say
he might not get the move.
Daniel Levy is a tough negotiator, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went to City. I think it'll be City or United.
Yeah, I think they're the 2 realistic options. I don't think he'll sell to Chelsea, will he? But I think the interviews that he's doing and things are him a bit worried. So he's going to get priced out of a move. That'll be the saga of the summer, won't it? I think. As
a Spurs fan, though, I wouldn't hold a grudge against him unless he went to a London club. Then I think I'd happily boo him at games. But if he went to City, or Man United, then I couldn't blame him really.
Exactly. Right, I'll just have a blast through some of the comments, and then, I guess we'll decide who we're going for staying up. As we're about to get underway, I think most of the games are underway. I've had to go on a different streaming platform because my stream just wasn't working whatsoever. But I am sorted. Let me just sort that out for you, Jordan.
Yeah,
right.
We're Arsenal Brighton are underway as well, and I've got that on. But United, I think I'm a bit behind on United, but my stream's just kicked off for them.
Yeah. My phone is doing my head in because I don't know where anything is on my new phone. This is annoying. That's like a subtle flex. But let's have a look.
That was a very casual flex right there.
Harry's in his phone. It wasn't quite that. Kean's in the chat. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hi, guys. Hoping Palace get a win today. I'm just hoping Chelsea don't lose. You guys in the comments are going to have to keep us up to date because obviously, as you can see, flowing through the bottom are all the score updates for all the games at the bottom. Bailey says, hi, are you all watching different games? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So Paddy is watching the Spurs game. As you can tell, I'm watching the Chelsea game. Mitch is watching the United game. And Jordan
I'm watching the Andy McCatchkala game.
Oh, yeah. My bad. And Jordan is watching the Liverpool game. So it should be a load of fun. And we should have, a lot of drama. Hopefully some drama. Please, Palace for fans for Hodgson. No Lampard for Palace. He pulled out. Lampard's pulling out for Palace.
Has he pulled out?
Well, according to Oliver, I'm about to get underway on my stream, but I know I'm like 3-4 minutes behind, which is kind of bad.
Yeah, that's a couple of minutes behind.
But yeah, for some reason, we just can't get the other website to work. So we will have to make
really heavy traffic with all the games going on at once.
Yeah,
because all 4 of us are going on the same website. And I am underway at Villa Park, so we're going to have some big topics. We're going to have some big talking points and some big topics, and it's going to all unfold in front of our eyes. And if you are new, be sure to hit that like button, smash subscribe, try and get us up to 20 likes on the stream. Hopefully, I won't be covering my face too much with my own thingy here, but I did try and edit it to make it smaller, but it's still in a bad position.
Arsenal nearly thrown goal there. Smith Rowe burst beyond Brighton's defenders. Does this game mean anything for them? Is this more of a battle of who finishes higher out of Spurs and Arsenal than anything?
I think Is it
And
like
they
an
seek
outside
into-
shout of the European Conference thing? Is that
I
a
think
thing?
I think there's something to do with the Europa Conference in there. Who qualifies for that again?
Yeah, I think there's an outside chance.
Because Leicester, I think if Leicester won the FA Cup, didn't they? So they get Europa League. So I think obviously West Ham in sixth
guaranteed.
they get so I think seventh place gets conference, doesn't it? Europa Conference.
Mm.
So Arsenal do have
so
an outside chance of getting in if they win.
yeah, and the thing
If
is
they
as
win
well,
and Spurs lose, whatever.
yeah, if Leeds, I think if Leeds win 20-0 as well today, Leeds also have an outside chance of getting in. And results go their way, and it's possible. It's possible. It's not possible, but 20-0, it's doable, isn't it? It's doable.
It's a Bielsa team. They are mental.
Anything can happen with Marcel Bielsa. Anything can happen. Let's have a look at some of the comments coming in. FA Cup winners in the last 2 years, Arsenal and Leicester. If you're wondering where the L's are, Chelsea took them. Oh, for God's sake. That's quite good, actually, Keane. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That was quite good. I'll give you that. I would most certainly give you that. Right.
I've got a very dangerous free kick from Crystal Palace. Kicking off now. Cornered in. Alisson punches away. But so far, Crystal Palace is dominating Liverpool.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
There's another there's a corner now.
Oh.
Crystal Palace corner.
This stream's a little bit further ahead. Let's go on this one. Let me turn the sound off so I can hear you guys. There we are. We are all sorted. I'm all up and running. Paddy, you all up and running?
Just about. Finally found a stream. I think we're 3 minutes behind. Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse. We can at least, we can react to it as live as possible, and Mitch will exactly be live. So Chelsea have started on the front foot here.
Orlando. Sorry, I was going to say chance for United there. Not far off.
It's getting exciting. I'm so nervous for this, man. I am so nervous. And I need to keep up to date with all the other games and the goals that are going in as well. And I'm going to have to try and do that without spoiling the Chelsea game, because if I am a couple of minutes behind, I don't want spoilers. I don't want spoilers. Intriguing to see what Jack Grealish will do when he's come back. I think Jack Grealish has obviously been their standout player. He's needlessly fouled Jorginho there. But Jack Grealish, would he be in your Player of the Year nominations, Mitch, if you had to?
Player of the Year, probably not. It's difficult, isn't it? Because I think Villa fell off a little bit, certainly in 2021, but it sort of coincided with the injury. I think if he'd probably stayed fit the whole season and they had more of a European push in them, perhaps we're talking Player of the Year, but maybe just missed out. Too many better options ahead.
Yeah, maybe so. I was a little bit sort of pessimistic about it because he did have that injury, but then that shows as well with them dropping off.
Oh, chance for United there. Sorry, chance for United there. Elanga, who started, I think he made his debut the week before fans came back. He's looked lively so far. He's had 2 chances, just squirmed away from Willy Belly there and just fired over.
There we are. First big opportunity of the 2 games, and Harry says there's been a Leeds goal ruled out. So, God, it doesn't look like they're going to get that 20 goal difference swing, does it? They've already had one ruled out, but they mean business. Do Marcelo Bielsa's team? They want European Conference football. That's what they want. That is what they want.
The elusive guys.
That's all anyone's playing for. That's why Paddy sat there biting his fingers. Is because he's like, oh, come on, let's lose. Let's lose. We want European Conference. Come on.
Finally found a flipping stream. Fuck's sake.
I won't comment on the quality of the stream that I've got, but all I will say is Mia Khalifa keeps popping up on my screen.
I think that's enough.
That's why you get an ad blocker. That is why you get an ad blocker.
Well, I'm pleased I'm using a Mac so I won't get any viruses.
Brilliant. Have you heard as well? Apparently Chelsea might not. They might get a points deduction for that brawl, I'm using that loosely, against Leicester at the end of the... I saw it on the Lad Bible, so the likelihood of it being true is probably not very. But apparently, because Chelsea have been in... Like the last time they were in trouble for starting a brawl or having a brawl was against Tottenham.
That Tottenham game a few years ago,
Lovely
wasn't it?
night.
Yeah,
That was
and
great. The last 10 minutes was just a complete kick fest.
But apparently we were on our last warning then, and they're not pleased with the way that everything kicked off the other night. Werner to get a brace of offside would not surprise me whatsoever. Tight game. Well, there is still 85 minutes to get 20. Exactly, Kian. We've got to look at it positively for Leeds. They have got 85 minutes to get 20. They've got 85 minutes to get 20 goals. There's plenty of time for them. Most certainly is. Come on, Chelsea.
It's a corner for Wolves. They should be good from set pieces. They've got enough. We're poor from set pieces as well, United. That's what worries me going into Wednesday. Set pieces. Just can't defend them.
Werner, that was a half opportunity there from Chelsea. Lovely bit of play being played around here. Pulled back to Mason Mount on the edge of the box. Mount blocked. Chelsea look like they've started fast in this game. Hopefully they're going to continue strong for the vast majority of this game. A very strong side. I'm kind of surprised that Chelsea have got such a strong side today. Kind of surprised, I must say. I'm just trying to double check all the scores everywhere else. It is still 0-0 everywhere else. So
goalless everywhere at the moment, yeah.
So that does mean if it finished like this, we've got to say it. If we finish like this, Leicester are in the Europa League, Chelsea and Liverpool are in the Champions League. Fun fact about Chelsea, every time they've been in the Europa League, they've won it. So we've been in it twice, we've won it twice.
What does that mean? What?
It's a fun fact.
For Michael Owen,
what's that? Winning the John Stones Paint Trophy of Europe? Just...
Well, no, actually, the Europa Conference League is now that. So
the Europa League's going to have some good teams in it.
Apparently.
The Serie A wraps up tonight as well. Juventus could end up in the Europa League.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Juventus could as well. It's going to end up,
Chelsea tonight.
Chelsea and Juventus in the Europa League. The Europa League is going to become bigger than the
some big teams in it these
Champions
days.
League.
I think it's going to be a very interesting year for football next year.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah,
be.
I think it's going to be a very busy transfer season. A very busy transfer season.
10 minutes played here. Chelsea have got themselves a corner. Goals from corner, Chelsea have the most, joint with 10 in the league. And Oliver says there's been a goal for Wolves, but must have been disallowed. I'm really confused. Chelsea with the corner, headed easily. And Villa are off up the other end. Defended well there by Chelsea.
Strike on goal from Townsend, easily stopped by Becker.
Good run behind from Dan James. Oh, that was the goal. Oh, has that been ruled out? If that's the goal at Wolves that's been ruled out, it's a goal for United, and it's Elanga that scored. It's a brilliant goal.
Elanga makes it 1-0.
Dan James picks up a good position off the back, nicks in behind. Just wait, because I don't know if it will be ruled out. I'm not sure. But Dan James gets behind, puts a ball in. Dan James doesn't even cut back, just puts it in with his left, which is a shock. Yeah, he looks onside to me. If he's on it, it looks like he should stand. Great ball in around the two defenders, and Elanga just gets himself off his man, heads into the back of the net. It's a great goal, great header.
Everything's happening. And Kevin De Bruyne has scored for Manchester City as well to make it 1-0. So just in case if you didn't think they'd already won the league, Manchester City definitely have won the league.
I'm sure of it.
And in case if Everton wanted their outside chance of the Europa Conference League, it's looking a lot harder now to catch Spurs, who are in that 7th position at the current moment in time. So who knows how tonight is going to finish. And the important 3 games, realistically, are all still 0-0. So who is going to be the first one to get on the score sheet? Werner charging up the field. Chelsea do look bright, though, I must say. I don't know what's going on at Leicester or Spurs, but Chelsea look very bright. Nothing. Brilliant. That's what I want to hear. That is what I want to hear.
Other than Dele Alli having a light scrap for the ball when it went off. That's about it.
Townsend was in one-on-one, apparently.
Yeah, one-on-one. I'm just watching it now. It was just an inch off the bottom right-hand corner of the goal. It was so close. It was one-on-one. Becker dived the right way, but he wouldn't have reached it. But, God, there's chances. There's chances. Crystal Palace is going to score, I'm sure, in 90 minutes. But, I mean, when the ball gets up to Liverpool's end and
2-0 City.
End,
Jesus, we're watching the wrong games,
no way.
guys. Yeah.
My God.
It's just come up on my phone. I'm assuming that's... Hang on, where's the notifications bar? I'm so confused. Gabriel Jesus has made it 2, yeah. Inside 14 minutes. So Everton look like they're out of their European fight here, and it looks like it's going down to everyone else. How does that set the table up? Let me have a look at the table.
I think it just means it's just
for
a one-way
Everton,
street
because I think Everton... Yeah, let me have a look. So Spurs would be on 60, Everton would still be on 59, and so would Arsenal. So yeah, it's between Arsenal and Everton. Well, they're currently on 59, so it is between Arsenal and Tottenham. Sorry, not Everton. Everton won't be anywhere near it, would they? Group of death, Europa League, Juventus, Liverpool, Dortmund. Imagine that. Unfortunately, Tottenham can't get in, so unfortunately, should have scored. City 2-0, and I've heard something about your game, but I'm not gonna put it on the screen, Paddy. There's something going on in your game.
United are playing some decent football down the left-hand side at the moment.
My stream must be pretty delayed. Vardy nearly got a penalty.
Oh,
That was it.
It's probably the delay.
No, it's twice. It's the second time in like 2 minutes. Yeah.
What is it, Paddy? What is it, Paddy?
Alderweireld, trailing leg, tripped him up. Clear pen.
Come on, Hugo Lloris. Come on.
Brighton can't get out at the moment. Arsenal are really ramping up the pressure, but they can't get a goal for it.
Leeds have got their first one of 20.
Anthony Taylor's looking at the screen. Gone over to have a look.
United have a corner.
So do Chelsea. Chelsea are flooding the corners at the moment.
Yeah, penalty.
Oh, half a chance for Ben Chilwell. From a cross, a deep cross from Werner, Ben Chilwell on his left foot from the opposite side has just tested the hands of Emi Martinez. It is Rodrigo who has scored for Leeds, in case if anyone is following Leeds today.
I've got a free kick from Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's just lining up. It's about 18 yards out.
Oh, good save from Mendy.
Argy-bargy going on at the minute.
What's happened with the penalty, Paddy?
Well, I know it's been scored, but our stream's still delayed. But it's a goal. Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy is bagged, which means at this current moment in time, Leicester in 3rd place, Chelsea in 4th, Liverpool in 5th. I wonder if news will be filtering through to the other teams. I wonder what will happen. Leicester above Chelsea, they most certainly are. They are at the moment. And
Liverpool
I am
missed the
just
free kick.
So Liverpool missing their free kicks. I've just got it on my screen now, the Leicester penalty. But Chelsea in Aston Villa's box here. Oh, classic Vardy penalty, that, innit? Oh, yeah. I'm not sure on their new kit. Leicester's new kit.
What's wrong with it?
I'm not a big fan of it.
So it's
very
taken
comprehensive opinion there.
Is it just a massive FBS thing all over the front of it?
Yeah. It reminds me of Chelsea's 3, and I'm not a big fan of that anyway.
As it stands, Liverpool will be 5th.
Exciting times. I think this is going right down to the wire. I really do. In my prediction, I said that Crystal Palace were going to score first against Liverpool. So
it's looking possible.
I'm happy that it is, though, because it feels like the top four always does this, though, doesn't it? Every season, it's always a race for the top four because everyone kind of battles securing it. But it's a good thing in that we've not had a real sort of final day scrap for a while, have we, for something significant? So it feels nice. Relegation's been decided, so.
Yeah, Mane crosses it into Salah and he just mishits it, complete mishit.
Mount! Oh! Good strike from Mason Mount from about 20 yards out there. Not a bad effort from Mason Mount there. Still 0-0. Everywhere other than Paddy's. Trust Paddy to let us down. Trust Paddy to let us down.
Trust Spurs to let us down.
Exactly. I'm trying to clear all my notifications out my notifications bar. Chelsea looks so bright, though. They are literally on the front foot all the time here. Liverpool missing golden chances, says Oliver. I'm sure Jordan will agree with that there.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Werner! He just didn't even kick the ball. Sorry, Jordan.
No, it's fine.
He just missed the ball.
Isn't that what Werner's been doing all season?
Yeah. That's one question towards Werner again. No.
Oh dear.
This is going to be frustrating, I can tell. Fofana's apparently injured, so that could change that game quite drastically.
I'm miles behind, according to what I'm looking at. But
I think we all are behind.
Yeah.
Other than Mitch.
I apologise for everyone who's listening for us being so far behind. They're probably ahead of us. But we do aim to provide quality content, so stay tuned. I hope you've got like a huge half-time game to save us from this.
I don't
this
is
a student budget production. This is student level. You can't expect the kickoff levels of production here. Sky subscriptions are expensive, as are BT ones.
I pay £5 a month for BT Sport, but BT Sport shows no games.
I think they're showing the United game, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a United game. We've got Sky.
which is why. Yeah, well, exactly. That's my point. Yeah.
Not the relevant ones. No one cares about that. What's just come up on my notifications bar then? What did I just see then?
Fofana's been
Cheney's won the ball high for Arsenal. Aubameyang switched it over.
Yeah, I can't work out who came on there.
Too long on the ball, Odegaard. Oh,
Chelsea.
Arsenal close. Aubameyang.
So many opportunities for Chelsea here. So many corners. Did you say Fofana's come off, Paddy?
Yeah, come off injured.
Who's got into centre back?
That's what I was trying to see. My sofa score said.
Max says Ndidi's gone into defence for today instead of Fofana, which could change up that game quite significantly. Fofana's been very much a standout player for Leicester this season. I've just seen that Newcastle are 1-0 up against Fulham, so it's literally happening in every game but ours. So sit back and enjoy, guys. This will be fun.
Not only is it bad when you have 1-0,
Traore's fired wide. I think it's 2 hands there. He got a block on it.
Willock with the goal.
Salah again. If Liverpool fans across the country must be going nuts at this second. The amount of chances Salah has had on goal and fluffed each and every single one is shocking. It really is.
Keane says, have you seen Arsenal, Tottenham, Leeds and Everton are all tied on 59 points? Is that correct? It is, yeah. They are all tied on 59 points, but because of Tottenham's superior goal difference, they are going into the European Conference. So well done, Paddy. You're getting the European Conference at this current moment in time. But Arsenal, if Arsenal find an opener, they go above you.
Honestly, I'd be buzzed for that conference. It sounds like a right laugh. Some away trips in there, isn't there? Cardiff Metropolitan Union, a qualifier. Oh, my stream's gone. Oh, dear.
Mine just got as well.
Chilwell. Over a kick from... Oh, that was awful from Pulisic. Chelsea look like they're really promising. Is there a half-time game today? Well, I don't know what to do for the half-time game. I can arrange one, but you guys are going to have to come up with an idea because obviously we've got 3 people to go against, and unless we do 2 teams, I don't know. It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a difficult one to do with so many of us, unfortunately. We could be the first team to win the conference, says Max Gamer. So that's the bright side, apparently, Paddy. So lucky you guys.
It's always good to be first of something, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I've just seen that Sheffield United have gone 1-0 up against Burnley. So in another game that no one cares about, people have scored.
It's all the nothing games. It's all the
All
dead
I'm
rubbers.
seeing. All I'm seeing is loads of minus points for my fantasy football team at this rate.
Yeah,
Thiago Silva.
I'm struggling for a stream all of a sudden. What on earth's happened here?
Mine's just crashed as well, to be fair. So doesn't look like we're having a good day, does it?
No, final day shenanigans, isn't it?
Yeah, final day drama. But everything is hopefully going to start kicking off soon once we've got all of our streams back up and running. Rip, my prediction says I want Arsenal to finish 8th, not 7th, because the Conference League is just now. Oh, who's that? Who's put that over from Chelsea? That's inside the 6-yard box, and it's either Pulisic or Mount, but my stream is lagged, so I can't see who it is. But it's gone miles over.
Back on, and Adama Traore looks to be coming off with an injury. He looks, I think he's pulled up. He doesn't look like he's going to continue. Willian Jose is stripping off. It looks like his hamstring, maybe. It's not fun.
No, unfortunately. He's been riddled with injuries, hasn't he, really?
Yeah,
Traore
he
over
has.
the last couple of years.
He's had a lot of problems like that. I think he's got quite an explosive style, though, hasn't he? He'll stop and he'll burst past people all of a sudden. Probably not great for him.
Very, very, very difficult one for Adama Traore. Hopefully he will be back fit in no time. I mean, he's not got the thingy to play for, has he? The Euros to look at, so he'll have plenty of time to get back fit. Sheffield United's goal was an absolute stunner, apparently, says Kian. Well, that makes a change, doesn't it?
Who got that one? Do we know who got that? Shall I have a look?
I think it's
McGoldrick.
Yeah.
McGoldrick.
Oh, so it's all happening where we don't want it to be happening. That's all I can say.
It's always the way, though, isn't it? It's
Yeah, it is.
I remember that first game.
The 3 top 4 games at the moment are 0-0s.
Yeah. And all the ones we've done. So is 7th played conference then? So is 6th going to be Europa League? Or
Yeah.
is it 6th conference
So I think
as well?
because I think it depends on. I don't know if it depends on where Leicester finish, but because they won the FA Cup, obviously they'll get Europe, won't they? But if they finish inside the top 4, I think 6th place gets to go through to the final round of qualifying for the Europa League if they can get by to that point. And then I think 7th will then get conference.
Nice one.
I think that's how it works.
So as it stands, Spurs would get conference. West Ham
He
will be in
looks
the
that
Europa
way.
League. Chelsea will be in the Liverpool will be in Europa League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Imagine a Liverpool West Ham final of the Europa League next year.
Imagine the scenes. Imagine it. Take it in. Imagine. It would be mental if that happened. It would actually be mental. I'm trying to get my stream back up. We are having an absolute mare.
If Liverpool turned up to the Europa League final like we're turning up at the minute, West Ham might actually win.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. West Ham haven't been bad this season at all, have they, to be fair to them?
No, they've been really good.
I finally managed to get my stream back up, so we are going again, but I'm on my phone instead, so hopefully there are no problems with my phone.
Oh, we've got a head injury, nasty gash by the eye. I can't work out who it is. Oh, it's Nathaniel Phillips.
He's
got
Zuma has
pouring.
just put in an absolute stonker of a tackle on Nicolas Pepe inside the box. Unbelievable. Arsenal have no answers at the moment. All the ball, but they just can't get through.
Is Phillips continuing, Jordan?
I do not know at the minute. They're just doctoring him up. We've got someone warming the fans up as well. I say someone, sorry, from the back it's James Milner.
Very ominous. Someone
Jordan
is warming up. Who knows?
Sorry, Jordan Henderson even. I can't even get my names out right, but
Is Jordan Henderson back in the fold for them?
he's a sub.
Oh,
It must
interesting.
be.
Yeah, he's warming up. He is warming up, whether it's just coincidental, but it does look like a nasty gash, but they are doctoring it up. So
John
that it
McGinn?
looks like
Have Arsenal had the... Has that been disallowed? That looked like it went in. Arsenal looked to have just had the ball over the line from a corner. But it looks like it's been chalked off. It has been chalked off. That looked close. Brighton are clinging on already. Only half an hour in.
It's all going down.
Pepe's
It's all going
bursting
down. I'm
through.
trying to see. I think I've just seen a difference. I think West Ham have scored. If I am correct, I saw someone
yes, they have.
tell me it is.
Fornals, is it?
So, and
Pablo Fornals, yeah.
Fornals, who's apparently scored.
Yeah, he
So
has.
another game that we don't really care
1-0 to
about.
them.
Another
Not
game
sure
we
that
don't really
does a
care
great
about.
deal.
Having a goal in it.
Yeah.
Chelsea are dominating possession here. Then the momentum in this game has kind of shifted from one side to another, unfortunately. And now, well, the attacks seem to be coming from Aston Villa, and I'm a little bit worried because of the because they're at home, Aston Villa. I am a little bit worried that they're going to get something out of this in this game, and Chelsea look like they're sort of getting their foot back in the game here. Brilliant from Bowen, apparently. So looks like it was a good goal at West Ham, which will, well, I think that's pretty much confirmed their position, hasn't it? I think it was only Spurs that could catch them at the beginning of play.
Yeah, it's
to knock them
consolidated it, I
out.
think, more than anything. Yeah, they sit on 6. What do they sit on now? 66, I think, if they win.
Yes, I think
My table's not
65.
updating.
I think they'll be on 65, I believe, because there was 62 before play. 30 minutes
you're
played here,
right.
though. And West Ham have scored again.
Again, the quick fire double.
To make it
Brighton are just
2-0.
breaking up the pitch now. So nothing major. It's still all Arsenal.
Still all Arsenal. Anything going on at your game, Paddy? Anything going on?
Oh,
at
that's
your
a cracking
game?
run from Smith Rowe. Nothing. No.
Tottenham getting a fair bit of possession. Still pretty even though, 51% Spurs, 49% Leicester. Nothing much.
Sam, sorry, what does... in terms of the final, does this sort of game have any significance for you? Do you feel like there holds any weight to it in looking towards the final next week? Is there a worry there that maybe Chelsea are out of form or a bit concerning?
I'm not really sure at the minute. The thing is, I saw a load of people being like, oh, let's rest a load of players. It's Fornals again who scored the second goal at West Ham. Saying, rest a load of players and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. We're a week away. I think Kante has been rested. In terms of Kai Havertz, yes, rest him because he's just coming back. You don't want to risk that, but don't just put people in cotton wool for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because if we lose today, then the problem is if we lose again, then of course if we win, we get the Champions League anyway. And if United win, then they will get an extra Champions League spot. So it'll get all confusing. But I don't know. I don't think there's much weight to this game in terms of if we win, we're not in good form. We are just expected to do that. Oh, Tyrone Mings has defended well again at the front post. Very good defensively here from Aston Villa. Very good defensively.
Brighton are just pressing higher now. They've just managed to work themselves at the pitch, and they've literally just had 2 really good chances to take the lead, and they've not done. Arsenal are just a bit shell-shocked now, touching the ball but deeper into their own half. Odegaard's coming very, very short for the ball.
I would just like to say, if Arsenal managed to win against Brighton 7-0, then they would get a John Stones Paint Trophy place.
Brilliant. That's what we needed to know.
Which is more possible than a Leeds United 20-0 win.
Yeah, but we want the Leeds United 20-0 win. That is the thing.
Everyone wants 20. I'm a realist. We all want things to happen. I'm sure you'd love Man City to be disqualified from the league and Chelsea win it, but we've got to be realistic about these things. But no, it's so close from Liverpool.
Dan Burn and Lewis Dunk have been really good so far for Brighton.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know who's going to crack last. I don't know who's going to crack next in terms of Liverpool, in terms of Chelsea, and in terms of Leicester. How will it look?
Liverpool are dominating possession at the minute, but they're not doing much with it. Oh, we got a goal. As I'm busy saying, we're not doing much with it.
I don't know, Jeff.
I said I did.
Brilliant.
That was very Euro 2016, Steve McLaren.
I don't know, Jeff.
Sadio Mane has scored. It is Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 0. But I said I would do a cameo moment, and there we go.
He definitely didn't know, Jeff. And it is now Chelsea who are in 5th place, and that must be going round Chelsea, representatives and members of staff, and they must know the position that they are in right now because they are now out of the top 4, and they've been in there so much. Do you think Palace will win? I mean, I hope Palace will win, but whether I think that will happen and whether I hope that will happen is completely different. No bottled the chance. Penalty at City as well. Another penalty. I think I'm up to date with all the scores at the bottom. I think I'm up to date.
Oh, a bit of confusion in the Brighton area there. Wow. Arsenal were nearly in.
I believe Everton have just missed a penalty at Manchester City. So any hope there that they were going to get back into it for the European Conference game? Well, it's Gylfi Sigurdsson who's missed the pen as well. So any chance at all that they were going to get back into it, it doesn't look like it's going to happen now for Everton, and their outside European hopes and their however many goal difference they needed to score has gone out of the window. And yes, it was a Mane goal. It is 1-0 Liverpool, unfortunately. Sadio Mane has bagged, which means that Chelsea, as it stands, are in 5th. But if they can get a draw from this, Chelsea's still on a draw, aren't they? They're on 68 points. So if they get a draw from this, it doesn't count for anything. It really doesn't. Bad news, Sam. You drop out because of the Mane goal. Of course it was Mane. Of course. The one player who's not performed for Liverpool has turned up big for him. It's going to go right down to the wire, I have a feeling. Liverpool, Leicester, they can't do much more, can they? They cannot do much more. The only thing Leicester can do is hope to outscore Liverpool today and get sort of 4 or 5 past Spurs. But from how quiet Paddy has been, I'm assuming there's not been too many opportunities.
Tottenham just had a decent chance there. Dele Alli put a ball in. Son completely fluffed it and then just went off. That was it.
Entertaining stuff by the sounds of things from Spurs. Entertaining stuff. Classic Spurs. Big switch from
Is that William Jose now injured? Oh, it's just a clash of heads, I think. Yeah.
Jack Grealish nearly snuck in there. Oh, and Werner gives away a foul there. I thought we were going to get a counter-attack from Chelsea.
Now got another head injury. Clash of heads. IU and I can't see the Liverpool players that's on the floor at the minute. Looks like it's Reece Williams.
God, you're getting loads of injuries, aren't you, Jordan? What are you doing
There's
to
going
them?
to be oh yeah, it's all my fault. It's going to be a lot of injury time by the looks of it.
Oh, Wolves have gone level. I've just missed that.
I don't know, Jeff.
Yeah,
I don't think it was
guys
bad,
are
though.
on fire.
Oh, Tottenham equaliser.
Tottenham
Nelson
equaliser.
Semedo has got it.
Can't
Here
see
we
it yet,
go.
though,
It's all,
'cause of
it's
my
all
stream
happening now.
It's
delay.
all happening.
Oh,
Tottenham equaliser does mean that. Oh, I'm going to wait for it to come through on my phone as confirmation.
I can't
But
see he's actually scored it.
Oh, he's bang on side.
It's a Tottenham equaliser. Get in there, you Spurs.
That's horrible
the
defending for
Spurs.
United.
Prediction's
means-
already wrong.
That Leicester fall into fifth place with Chelsea in fourth, Liverpool in third. It's now it's now swung again. It's now swung. The pendulum has started to swing, and it's a Harry Kane goal, according to Max. The trusty Max has told us it's a Harry Kane goal. Another goal, and that puts him ahead of Mo Salah as well. Don't forget about that. And Christian Pulisic has gone down with a head injury here. He's seen a little bit of treatment. Clearly saw Jordan and thought, I'm going to give myself a head injury.
we're still pause and play.
That was a really good goal from Wolves. To United.
Yeah. Who was it? Who scored?
Nelson Semedo got it. So they started to move on Nelson Semedo's side. He played a 1-2. I think he played it into Dendoncker. Dendoncker played it into Fabio Silva. He sort of managed to drive in. Tellers tried to track the ball. Track the run of Semedo down the inside and sort of at the half space and just couldn't get near him. Finished it up. One-touch stuff towards inside the box. United were yards off it. I think a few breaks in play have benefited Wolves there. Just sort of eased them back in.
And as you can see, scrolling across the bottom, Leeds United are a tenth of the way there. They have got 2 goals now against West Bromwich Albion. 2 goals. So they're getting up there. But that draw currently means that it'd be pointless, even if they did score their 20 goals, because Paddy's Spurs would be 1 point ahead of them. And their outside chance was not helped. Chelsea back in the top floor. It is Leicester bottlers again. I won't talk too soon. Chelsea are being held really, really strong here by Aston Villa. And it would be 69 points for Liverpool, 68 points for Chelsea, and 67 points for Leicester as it stands, with Manchester United obviously 3 points ahead.
James Milner's warming up.
Free kick for United there. Yeah, nice. But it's smartly worked. It's well defended. Yeah, defended well. Wolves can break. There's a foul. No, it's not a foul. He said it's legal. United win the ball back. There's just no one really available to take it.
Chelsea on the counter-attack. Werner rolls it into Mason Mount. Mason Mount, can he get across in? No, he can't. It's gone out for a Chelsea corner. It does look like it's gone out for a Chelsea corner because Tyrone Mings is screaming his head off. Yo, I'm so late. How's Chelsea doing? Chelsea are currently drawing 0-0, but so are Leicester. Leicester are drawing 1-1 as well. There you are. And what's up, Jordan, Mitch, and Patrick? How are you, Patrick?
Thanks for the follow, Shaq.
Oh, United in behind. Oh, Brandon Williams forces a good save out the keeper. Still with United. Poor ball. Tellers can get to it. Rashes it over. Good response from United. They played well, to be honest, apart from that goal. United, it's a bit of a weird one. Williams has played well.
Chelsea with a Werner cross-come shot there, just found the hands of Emi Martinez. Chelsea they've not created really a clear-cut opportunity at the moment, not really created a clear-cut opportunity, unfortunately. And I've just seen a score update, and I'm going to keep it. it doesn't look good for Chelsea. The ball's come over the top.
Leeds have got a second.
Oh, God. Bruno's telling us Aston Villa.
Oh dear, Sam.
I know. I've not even got to it yet. I know. It's not great, is it? I don't know even what that means for
Arsenal have gone in level at half-time.
So 0-0 at Arsenal Brighton. Let's have a watch of this goal. I'm still catching up with it, so apologies for it there. Let's see. It's Bertrand Traore who is the scorer. Jack Grealish over a corner here. Drilled in. Oh, it's worked off the training ground, and I'm not sure how much he's meant to do that. He's not celebrating because he used to play for Chelsea. I mean, does anyone really care, Bertrand? Does anyone really care? But that does mean that Chelsea are 1-0 down. Hey Sam, just got home. Score updates, of course. Yeah, that's such a lie, Colin. That's such a lie. And Jake's pulling up.
He's on the wind up.
He is. He's out to get me. He's out to get me, and it is 1-0 to Aston Villa here. And unfortunately, I don't know what that means. Are Chelsea now on the same points? I don't even know. We're going to have a look at half-time. We'll get into half-time.
Chelsea are on the same points as Leicester, but you'd be ahead on goal difference.
We're still beating Leicester. That's all we need. Has Mason Mount scored yet? No, he hasn't. He's not actually had an opportunity, Colin. So Keaton's got to go. No worries, mate. Joe Willock is one of our own, says Jonathan. Chelsea currently in fourth as it stands. JK confirming. So yes, it's not the end of the world if Chelsea do lose against Aston Villa.
Williams, good football United. Oh, Ahmad, he's running at defenders. That's great football United. Dan James is through. He's got no one on. When they finish it off, just run out of numbers in the box at the end there. That was great counter-attacking football from United, that. It's still there, though. Matters found Van de Beek. Oh, great touch. That looked like it was a penalty. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was fair, but United are ramping it up here. They've played well.
5 minutes of injury time at Liverpool coming to a close.
Oh, great football. Van de Beek. Oh, that looked like a penalty. He's not interested again, Mike Dean. That one looked like a trailing leg. The other one was a tackle that looked a little bit, but that looked like a trailing leg.
Jack Grealish over a free kick, looking deep.
Roman Saiss just put his studs into Van de Beek's ankle. He's got away with one. He's gotten away with one there.
Is VAR not checking it?
I'm not sure. Mike Dean just pointed away from it straight away and gone for the corner. It looks like it's good. I think maybe they're having a word with him in his ear. I think they're having a word with him in his ear. Yeah, they are. VAR are looking at this. But Roman Saiss has gone to the floor. Van de Beek's just strided past him and he's tried to save his tackle with a lunge and his studs have just ended up in his ankle. It's a bit desperate. Really probably should be given, considering what else to be given this season.
Chelsea giving away a few fouls here. That was a bit of a silly one there from Mateo Kovacic on Bertrand Traore. Maybe it's getting to the head. Patrick looks angry. Unlucky Paddy, apparently you look angry. Maybe it's because Spurs aren't quite winning yet. Spurs could do us a massive favour here. Give their London rivals a favour. And of course, Harry Kane will be wanting to get that golden boot. So maybe we might be in with luck here. Seems to be all good though. Kovacic apologising for the tackle on Bertrand Traore. It's a little bit late that from Mateo Kovacic. He's a little bit lucky.
It looks like Mike Dean's going to have a look at the screen on this one. It looks like we're going to close out the half with could be a penalty kick. Maybe they'll let him take the corner if not. But if he's going to the screen, I think he has to give this. I'd be very surprised if he didn't give this.
Can anyone tell me why Werner is playing this game? Because he's been good. He's been a good creator. He's not been a good goal scorer, but he's been a good creator. Jack Grealish over this free kick. 2 minutes. What is it? 30 seconds left to play. at Villa Park, and Werner has now fouled Bertrand Traore again. So it's going round in circles here. Hasn't been given as a penalty yet, Mitch.
He's just give it. Just as you said that, he's give it. That is a penalty for United. Could go into half time in the lead here. They've played good football. They've been deserving of the lead. So we'll just see. We'll see who steps up to take it, actually, because there's not really there's no Bruno Fernandes on the pitch, no Rashford. It's probably going to fall to Mata, or if not Van der Beek, then maybe Diallo. I think Mata will probably take it. Roman Saiz gets away with no booking or anything. But yeah, Mata stood over it.
Half time here.
1 minute of injury time left.
I hope he puts this away. Van der Beek's been good so far. There's been a few good United performances so far in this first half. Van der Beek, Williams, James, all been good. Mata put it away. Mata can put it away. That could be his last goal in United shirt. What a guy. Wow. It's you, Juan. 2-1 United going into half time.
So 2-1 United going into half time. It is 1-1 at Leicester City Stadium, and it is 1-0 at Villa Park. So all to play for. And Jordan, are you still 1-0 Liverpool?
We're still 1-0 Liverpool, still ongoing.
So we've got a little bit of time. I'm gonna quickly have a look at the table, and I'll share my screen, and we will have a look at the table. So. Where is the share my screen thing gone? Why has it disappeared all of a sudden? Oh, great. My screen's not responding. Even better. Hopefully you guys can still hear me and see me. I'm assuming you can.
Half-time at Anfield.
Half-time at Anfield, and it is, 1-0 to Liverpool still. Thank you to... Right, it should be sharing the screen right now. So we can have a look at the table, because half-time game-wise, I think it's going to be a little bit hard to do a half-time game because there is 4 of them.
Yeah,
but let's have a look.
Few of us, isn't there?
Yeah, so let's have a look at what this means for the table. So Liverpool, as you can see, are the only team out of the 3rd, 4th and 5th that are currently winning, which does mean that Liverpool will go into 3rd place on 69 points, with Chelsea and Leicester on 67 points. Chelsea only ahead, though, because of goal difference. It looks like it's going to be a difficult one. I think Chelsea need to come out with a bit more oomph in the second half if they're looking to really progress any further forward. Manchester United are now 2-1 up thanks to a Juan Mata penalty late on. And Sadio Mane's goal, Jordan, I can't remember how much we heard of it, but was it a good goal, or was it just a boring goal?
It was a sideways kick right into the right hand side. Goal couldn't be reached. It was a good goal. It was just funny as I was saying. Liverpool had, most of the possession and weren't doing anything with it, and then all of a sudden, the goal was there. No, it was a good goal. It was it was about time. I mean, Liverpool have been dominating after like 10 minutes where it looked like Palace were going to score first. Liverpool was going to win anyway. It was my prediction. I think I said on Friday, Liverpool were going to win, but I was going to say about 3-1. But it still possibly could go that way. I can see Roy Hodgson, telling the lads in the locker there's still everything to play for here for them. Obviously there's nothing going to come of it for Palace, but to send Roy Hodgson off on a win, be brilliant for him.
Yeah, it most certainly would. I'm just watching the replay in the some of the chances for Chelsea. Mason Mount skying one over, not great for Chelsea. And Chelsea, they need to buckle their ideas up in the second half. And Leicester City, how have Leicester been in this first half, Paddy?
Pretty level with Spurs, to be honest. Similar possession rates. Both teams haven't really created many chances. Tottenham have definitely been scrappy in the final third. Kane's goal, it's just a cross from Song. Reguilon sent it back across goal, and it just took a deflection. Harry Kane smashed it in. So fairly scrappy, but I suppose 1-1 is all that matters.
Yeah, it most Certainly is. I think the 1-1 might be the defining factor at this point. It might come back to haunt Leicester City, especially if they go down. Can I get some shares in your channel, please? If you want, Max. If you want, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I think it could come back to Rue. Leicester might be wondering. It's a scrappy game. What can happen for Leicester in the second half? What do you think Leicester need to change, Paddy? Obviously, I know you're a Spurs fan, but what do you think Leicester need to change in order to get ahead of Spurs? Because if it's been a scrappy game, it doesn't look like there's been much going their way.
Yeah, they just need to create more chances. A lot of them, they've just been pretty reckless. Albrighton had a chance. Iheanacho's had a chance. Going pretty well wide. They need to be more clinical with their chances.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mitch, you were watching Arsenal Brighton as well. How's that shaping up?
Yeah, it's very one-sided. Brighton got themselves back into it towards the end of their half. They're definitely not out of the game by any means. Arsenal are dominating the possession, just taking shots on goal, taking stabs at goal, and Brighton have been happy to soak it up. But it's probably a little bit of a worry for the Arsenal fans watching because they've not found a way through. They've come very close to not found a way through. I think they hit the bar at one point as well. But Brighton hung on and then looked lively themselves on the break. So they're really not home and dry at a 0-0 where they're dominating possession. They're not home and dry.
Absolutely. It's going to be, I think Brighton are going to be a tricky team to get past for Arsenal, especially with the condition that Arsenal are in currently. If you are in the chat, please do let us know who you think is going to finish in these Champions League spots, because at the minute it is absolutely wide open for absolutely any team. Chelsea, if they get, they can get themselves back ahead, they will be in it. Liverpool, they've done what they needed to do currently, but need to get themselves a second goal, get themselves that security. And Leicester City drawing against Tottenham Hotspur, the hardest opposition out of them by the looks of things. I know I'm saying that with Chelsea losing, but the hardest opposition out of them on paper, and they are currently drawing, which would see them be in the Europa League for a second season running. Not a bad result though, is it really? A Europa League for Leicester City. What do you guys think?
I don't think it's bad at all, personally, because for me, I think there's a big stigma on getting into the top four in the Champions League. And I know it's financially, ultimately, it's the goal because you get something stupid like 100 million, is it? Something stupid. So that's ultimately why people want to get in it. But if the way that Leicester are running, that they're sort of built for this sort of sustainable path to the top, Europa League football is ideal. They still get an injection of cash from it. And it gives them a chance to get more European games under the belt, more European experience, and sort of learn how to play that season, a European season, at sort of not a secondary level, because, like we say before, jokes aside, there's going to be some big teams in it, but it's definitely more manageable than the Champions League. Definitely an easier pathway into playing a season alongside European football. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
No, I absolutely agree. And for Chelsea, I think it'll be a bit of a disappointment, but for Leicester, I definitely think it's a good stepping stone so that they can see where they're actually at in terms of the other big teams across Europe. And is it did you say it's half time at Liverpool, Jordan?
This is half time, yeah.
Yeah.
In 1-0 win so far.
So Liverpool look like they're in the driving seat at the minute, don't they? And it's going to be a difficult one. Jordan, if there was any changes you'd make for Liverpool specifically, what have you been impressed with? What haven't you been impressed with?
I think the thing that's been bothering me the most is Salah has had such good opportunities and he's just wasted it. I'm not going to say, take Salah off, because he's such a good player normally. I think he's just not in, his head's not in the game. Firmino, he's had one good chance. I ain't seen anything else much of him. But he did assist Mane's goal, but I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some weakness in defence. When Crystal Palace has had the ball at Liverpool's end, it's literally been down to them having a miss hit. They've got so close to Alisson. I do think that defensively, and that's been pretty much Liverpool all season, it's probably going to be the defence. But if you're going to be 1-0 up anyway, and if they can get that striker power to get 2-0 up, I wouldn't worry too much. I don't see Crystal Palace, romping home to victory unless something really bad goes wrong and Liverpool bottle it.
So basically, next goal really decides the game, doesn't it, for Liverpool
100%,
and for
100%. If Palace score next, it's going to be a very, very interesting game. If Liverpool go 2-0 up, it's pretty much sold.
We've got teams back out at Arsenal, and Brighton have made 2 changes. Lallana has come on, and so has Aaron Connolly. Don't know who they've come on for, but Lallana and Connolly, it's 2 positive moves. I think
they
that's
clearly won the win, don't
Graham
they?
Potter's. So Johan Baksh and Leandro Trossard have both gone off. Probably get a hold of the ball a little bit more, maybe. Lallana, a bit more dogged in midfield. I think they've proved they can defend now. Probably want to get a hold of the ball a little bit more quality moving forward. I think that's probably the idea here.
Harry is back in Leicester to get top 4 today, so he's seeing that Paddy's Spurs will bottle it as always. And Max says we're about to get underway again. We most certainly are. We are not far away, and that's why I didn't want a halftime show. We've absolutely blasted through the halftime section. Feels like 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes of chat, and we'll be getting back underway soon rather than later. But obviously, Jordan he'll have his extra 5 minutes, won't you, Jordan, because of the injury time?
I will. I might order KFC or something. You never know.
Get the halftime oranges in, boys. Get the halftime oranges in.
Yeah, that's more
I
like
think this
it now.
stream is delayed. I think because Arsenal have kicked off again here. But obviously my United stream's not kicked off yet. I think we're just a little bit delayed on that one, but Arsenal back underway.
I'm just watching Manchester City and the Premier League trophy.
It's not fun.
For God's sake. That's not what you want to see.
Mitch, what are your predictions for next season for United? Where do you reckon they can go on from now?
You know what? It's difficult because I think it all hinges on the business we do this summer. Because if you look at that team now, it's really not far off. I think if you had a couple more players, sustain it a bit, there's probably room for it to stay top of the league when we went top of the league in early 2021. So I think if we can just get in, I think realistically we need more than 3. I think we need like 4 or 5 to really be solid again. But I think if we can get 3 solid signings in summer and sort of keep playing as we are this season, show the same qualities, there's no reason why we can't charge for a title. I'll put it out, put the pressure on more.
Yeah, do you reckon you can get Harry Kane?
It's difficult. I'm in a really weird position about it because we've just signed Cavani for another year, so it feels like the move is, get another year out of him. They wouldn't have signed him if they didn't think they could get another year out of him, or they wouldn't have sanctioned it. But again, Kane being up for sale is a really, you know what I mean? I feel like we are one of the. I think ultimately it's us and City that are in pole position for him, so we should definitely be exploring it. There's a conversation to be had, but I don't think we'll end up with him. I think he'll go to City. I think he'll go to City or stay at Spurs. I don't think it'll be anything else.
Yeah, there was an option for Real Madrid or Barcelona, but I reckon he's going to want to beat that goal record.
Yeah, I think he wants to stay in England, doesn't he? I think they're a bit skint as well, aren't they? Both of them. I don't think that Barca are going to sign Aguero, which is just weird. And Madrid seems to think they can fund Mbappe in the next few years, don't they? Oh, Arsenal have just gone ahead with a great goal. That's just come from nothing. Nicolas Pepe. Yeah, we're 48 minutes in. They've gone back to controlling the ball. And Brighton have just had a few more spaces pop up between the lines, and Nicolas Pepe's had a ball fired into him in the box. And he's just turned and put a low volley past the keeper. 1-0.
1-0 to Arsenal. So everyone's firing apart from Chelsea, apparently. So that's just our look at it. That is just our look. Let me update this ticker across the bottom, and I've just got confirmation there. Chelsea players are starting to come out back onto the pitch now, so hopefully it won't be long until I am back underway here. Harry says, don't think United need Kane. Greenwood coming through, bring Sancho in the summer and Greenwood down the middle once Cavani leaves next year. Maybe so, maybe so. I think Greenwood can learn definitely from Edison Cavani. I definitely think they can learn from it.
I think not needing Kane is an interesting one though, because if a striker like Harry Kane comes available, you don't let up on that. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going to be chasing domestic and even European success. That goal record's insane. You know what I mean? We've done enough of. We need to promote this to do this, and if there's an option there and it's possible, then you'd go for it, wouldn't you? But I don't think we'll get him. I think Sancho will come in as a priority, and like they say, Cavani will start and lead the line next season.
Yeah, I'm just looking because Bruno has just put, oh my God, Kepa is on in goal, and he is coming on in goal. Is
that to get him sharp for the final? Is he going to start?
I don't know.
What's that about? Or I don't know. He's not going to start the final, is he? Is he just being nice? Maybe.
Unless the only thing I can think, well, 1-0 down, surely you'd want the keeper you're more confident in. But it looks like there's been basically a little bit of a knock to Eduard Mendy in one of the shots, which is why they think he's. I think is it from the goal? Yeah. So from the goal, Mendy's tried to save. In the top corner, because it kind of it's a weird hit from Bertrand Traoré to find the top corner, and basically what's happened is I think Mendy's like fallen into the post and hurt himself on the post, so now Kepa is coming on, and that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign for Chelsea.
It's not a sub you want to be making when you're chasing the game, is it? You don't want to be making that, but Tuchel also doesn't want him injured for the final, you'd imagine.
Harry put Kepa refusing to stay on the bench. Precisely. And James is in the chat as well. Good evening, James. Lovely to see you. So we are about to get back underway.
Kick off at Anfield.
So we've got
United kicked off again as well.
So we're all back underway. And a big second half is needed from the boys in blue, the mighty Chelsea, if they hope to cement a place. Like literally, they just need to match Leicester. That's all they need to do. And, you know, at the minute, they're not matching them, but they're getting fortunate enough. But we cannot wait around and wait for Leicester to mess up. We really can't. And at the minute, it's paying off, but we need to get that goal. We need to get 2 goals, get back ahead. I'm intrigued to see how Chelsea will start off this second half, if they mean business, if they're going to be looking to get forward. And really cause a threat. But that is the only substitution for Chelsea, I do believe, at this current moment in time. It is the only substitution, which is Eduard Mendy for Kepa, which is a massive substitution in terms of the way that the game might play. Any substitutions at Anfield, Jordan?
I've just checked. There are none.
Brilliant. There we are.
Sorry.
That's fine. That was fine. Paddy, what about yourself?
United just started with some intent here.
No, none here either.
No. Pull back to Pulisic. What a poor attempt that is. Werner ran down the line, went to pull it back to Pulisic, and Pulisic half hit it there. And it's not a great attempt there from Christian Pulisic. The man Chelsea would have wanted him in that position. It was a good counter-attack from Chelsea as well. A good counter-attack from Chelsea. And
Pulisic Arsenal in. Oh, has he been fouled? No, referee's not looking at it. Odegaard's furious. Thinks he's been fouled in the box. Aubameyang's just tried to square it, and Odegaard sort of ran into the ball with the defender, and there's been a bit of a tumbling 50-50, and keeper's collected it, but chance for Arsenal.
Chances flooding in everywhere. Absolutely flooding in. Chelsea look a lot more positive here in this second half. They look like they're trying to go forward a bit more, and obviously they know that. What was that about?
Leicester just had a shot from outside the box, top bins, but Lloris made it look comfortable.
Lloris is equal to it. Lloris is equal to it. That's all. That's all Chelsea need. Come on, Lloris. Hold on. Hold on.
He's got a mistake in him, though.
He does. He always does.
Who's good? Is he going to get replaced this summer? Do you think, Paddy?
I don't think so. No, I think he's got a few more years in him, I reckon. Still, and
yeah, I think it definitely needs to start being put in the works, though.
Yeah. And he's not going to want to leave either because of getting no trophies, because he won't be able to get anywhere else better. So
yeah,
I think he'll be happy just to stay in and see out his career.
Yeah, I think the next one would be a step down, wouldn't it? Wherever he went.
And he's still getting into the France squad as well. Like it's not like his international football's being limited.
Yeah, he needs to be consistent.
Yeah,
Back post! Oh!
Although
who was that?
Messier
Mason
is probably
Mount.
knocking on the door soon.
Blimey, Mason Mount with the half opportunity at the back post. I have seen something going on in your game, Paddy. I'll let you get to
penalty again.
How
Another penalty?
Sanchez.
Oh wow, he's a calamity. Him.
Sanchez is another one. Very unreliable. Yeah, and it's a penalty given. Vardy to take.
Come on, Chelsea. You've got to be doing something, man.
Goal for Leicester.
That puts Leicester and Liverpool in the top four, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Chelsea are dropping out.
Yeah.
We've gone full position swaps now at this point, haven't we?
This game couldn't be any more Spurs. That's just, I think it sums us up. Losing, conceding 2 penalties.
Been the architects of your own downfall here. And as it stands, Chelsea are on 67 points.
Lallana's weaving through. Oh, he's just run out of room. Basuma's line one up. Oh, that's very close from the edge of the box. Basuma just rolls it along from the edge, about a yard wide in the end. But Brighton are still in this game. There's only 1 goal in it.
I think a game like this emphasises Harry Kane's reasons for leaving. Like, it's just summed it up in his last game. We can see 2 penalties and basically have lost the game. Well,
and Harry Kane scores as well.
Yeah, and then he makes a comeback and wins 3-2 or something ridiculous. But
Aston Villa have a corner here. What can they do? Is Liverpool still 1-0?
Liverpool still 1-0. In the 5 minutes that we've played so far, Liverpool are dominating. They've come out and it looks like Liverpool are going to try and seal the deal.
Oh, that might be a penalty. Oh, God. Aston Villa have got a penalty.
Oh, dear.
That was clumsy from Jorginho. Very clumsy from Jorginho. And we could be 2-0 down here with 40 minutes still left to play. We'll see if VAR check that, but it looked like a stonewall penalty that did. Come on, Kepa, do us a favour.
Just tried to get through, but Tuanzebe's done well.
Oh, Bertrand Traore. Why is he turned into like prime Ronaldinho with nutmegs in the middle of the box? He's never done that before in his life. He has never done that before in his life. Who's going to take this? Oh, it's all going wrong for Chelsea here. It looks like the dream is over for Chelsea to finish in Champions League spots. It's going to take a minor miracle for Chelsea to get back in the Champions League spots.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I'll just leave.
Are you okay, Sam?
It's El Ghazi on the penalty. I'm not okay. He scored all the last of his 5. Man City 3-0 up.
If you win the Champions League, though, don't you get the spot?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you get it. So it'd be even better, to be fair, if we... and if you win the Europa League as well, there's another spot.
Yeah.
El Ghazi on the penalty. Phil Foden scored for City, in case if anyone's wondering, because it just came up at the top. El Ghazi against Kepa. 2-0.
Oh, dear.
What are your thoughts on the final, Sam? Champions League? What are your...
Don't talk to me about that now, Paddy.
It's a bit worrying, though, isn't it? It is a bit worrying.
It is a bit like it's a bang average team. It is a bang average team. Colin, go away. Go away, Colin. Go away. You don't even watch the streams. You just come back. Go away, Colin.
He's asking the important question.
Chelsea should have scored. They should have scored, and then it's all gone to pot for Chelsea, and that puts them on 67 points.
Oh, that's a nearly chance for Brighton. Just better way to pass on that ball, and that McAllister is through on goal.
Very good question from Jake. Does the Champions League spots push to 5th as it's an all English final?
I don't think so. I don't think they push to 5th now.
I think the max you can have is 5, but I think someone has to. I think it's got to be like the season when Chelsea.
Oh, what a goal! Sorry, Arsenal have just gone 2-0. Pepe scored another. That's unbelievable.
Mental how Pepe's turning into.
At the end of the season, he's just he just found his stride. He slotted it coolly into the far corner again with that left foot. Just watch some build up. But yeah, Arsenal are running away with it now.
I think the only way it can push to 5th is if United win the Europa League and then Chelsea and City both win. I don't know how it works. I think if Chelsea win the Champions League, they will definitely get it. It's over, says Bailey, says, I hate Jorginho. Harry's saying Tuchel out. And oh no, says Max. Why? What is Tuchel waiting for? I don't know what Tuchel's waiting for. Maybe he's got a masterclass up his hands. A Giroud masterclass would be ideal at this current moment in time.
I think Tuchel's a ball job, so I don't think he does personally, but...
That won't surprise me.
I feel like you're clutching at straws, Sam.
Yeah, well, we can live to dream. It's amazing how the viewers, as soon as Aston Villa score, I then get people in the stream, and then all of a sudden the viewership goes back down again when no one's bothered by it.
So what we need is Aston Villa to keep scoring, and then
No, we don't. That is not what we need. Oh, come on. Mason Mount with a half opportunity from about 25 yards out there, just a foot wide of the post. He's getting a bit of stick there from who was that from? It was from the Aston Villa fans, unfortunately.
Iheanacho nearly with a goal. Should have put it away, I reckon. Straight at the keeper.
If anyone hasn't already, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, do me a favour, and at least put a smile on my face in that sense. I would really appreciate that.
City's winning 3-0. Phil Foden's just scored, 53rd minute.
Brilliant. I will update that. I don't think I updated that. No, I haven't. 3-0 to Manchester City. City, can we borrow a few of your goals, please? We would appreciate that. All right, I'm actually back now, says Shah. Hopefully you can bring Chelsea some goals, Shah. Oh, that went down the wrong hole. Bruno says Ziyech is coming on. Oh, great. Now we are screwed, aren't we? Blimey. If Ziyech is the player we're going to for a goal, that's never good.
Liverpool free kick.
That's a good point. Does fourth place miss the Champions League if Chelsea win it?
I don't know. It's so confusing.
I swear it always changes stuff like that. Because didn't that happen to Spurs under Redknapp? I'm sure they did.
Well, it happened when Chelsea won the Champions League last. That it
in
changed.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah, because Chelsea finished 6th, so then only the top 3 got it. So it could well do. Jordan, what are you doing to these players?
Do you know what? I really don't know. It's a Palace injury this time. It's not a head injury though. You know, if you want a bit of variety.
Is this secretly a win for Spurs then, with Arsenal 2-0 up and Spurs losing? Arsenal going into the Conference League and Spurs aren't. Spurs are finishing 8th at the moment.
Maybe. I think it is.
Is that secretly a win?
Paddy, what do you reckon?
I see where you're coming from, but nah.
What, you want conference? You want conference?
Yeah.
Conference League football. It'd be a laugh.
Yeah. Go on and
Shah
Maybe a
asks,
wage for
Paddy,
it.
mate, how you doing?
who asked that?
Shah, he's asking how you doing.
Could be doing better, but
Why
think
do you
it's-
sound more depressed than me and we're 2-0 down?
because I'm basically in the same position. 2-1, but it's what I predicted. Really, I knew we were going to get the loss.
I don't think he was in a position to get him a Champions League, but yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly.
Basically
I was
the same
dreaming.
position.
I was
Basically
dreaming.
the same. Oh my god. Yeah, basically the same position. Oh, come on, Chelsea, let's do something. Villa are just hitting us on the counter-attack now. We're leaving men forward. Ollie Watkins driving into the box here. Looks for El Ghazi at the back post. He's over hit that though. And Reece, he falls over. He's just fallen over like a proper wet lettuce there.
I've
First
lost my United
substitution.
stream.
Tompkins has come off for Palace and Schlupp's come on. And if I pronounce that wrong, I apologise, but I'm terrible.
Oh yeah, it is. It's Jeff Schlupp. Jeff Schlupp is also out of contract at the end of the season. He's one of them.
Blimey. Sam, are you going to
Premier
do a
League
Euro
winner.
prediction video before Tuesday's announcement? I'm going to do mine after the announcement and basically go through my squad because I'm not going to do like a prediction. I just prefer to talk about the squad I would take. Although I've just seen Bruno says Werner scored a disallowed goal. So that would be classic Werner if he has scored a disallowed goal, but it wasn't him who was offside this time. It was Aspilicueta. Imagine if all these times Werner scored, people were onside. Imagine.
It's obviously the only time he's allowed to score.
Exactly.
Well, he was born offside, so it's one of these things. He's scored like half of the offside goals this season.
And the thing is, that's not even a joke.
It's not a joke.
even a
That's an
joke,
actual
and
stat.
That is not the. That's so annoying. It is so annoying to be a Chelsea fan right now. I mean, I can't imagine being a Spurs fan. He is
I don't really
offside.
think you're in a
Aspilicueta.
position to start.
I am.
dishing
At
out-
least we're getting Europa
Yeah.
League. At least we're getting Europa League.
Well, we'll watch the final Champions League. You'll bottle it, mate. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're not Spurs. We're not Spurs. Don't worry. Shah put a curse on Chelsea. If you could remove that, Shah, I would really, really appreciate that one. From the bottom of my heart, I would really appreciate that if you could give us some goals this way, because this has been a diabolical game from Chelsea so far.
Yeah,
It's just been awful.
my United stream has gone, but apparently Dan James has missed Dan James has missed a sitter. Apparently, 1v1.
Part of me wishes that my Chelsea game, like my Chelsea stream, would disappear, and then I don't have to. And then I'll just leave, and I'll leave it to you three just to commentate, and I can just go do whatever I want, go live my life, knowing that we're not going to be in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, but do you know who's in the Champions League next season?
Some tin pot club from Portugal, apparently. I don't know how they keep getting in there.
Juventus beat us.
Yeah, and so did Chelsea.
Yeah, and at the minute, Chelsea doing really well.
Oh, for God's sake. Aston Villa are looking to counter-attack all the time here. Chelsea are throwing men forward. I mean, they've got to. You can't expect anything less from Chelsea. They've got to throw men forward. They've got to do something.
Mike,
Because-
boss. Yeah.
Arsenal on the break. Aubameyang through. Oh, he's absolutely fluffed it. Tries to take out a fan with that. Jesus.
At least you're getting the opportunities. I'm not even getting any of the opportunities here. It's disappointing. Chelsea aren't really creating anything. Reece James has moved into this weird centre midfield role to bring on Hakim Ziyech. It looks like we've gone to a 4 at the back with Ziyech coming on as well. And he's moved. Reece James is, I believe, playing in centre mid at this current moment in time alongside Mateo Kovacic, because Jorginho has come off. So it definitely looks like something that Chelsea are looking to be positive with. Ball in behind to Mason Mount. Mason Mount looks for the cross, looking for Pulisic, falls to the edge of the box to Reece James. Reece James to, Kovacic, why have you done that? Oh, there was no need to do that. Sam, can I buy shares in your channel? How would that even work, Max? How would that
I think he wants your future ad revenue for a guess. He's just buying
I'm not
going
to get any future ad revenue. So how does that even work? Aguero's come on for City apparently. Aston Villa, I tell you to score another goal, says Shah. Oh, brilliant, thank you, Shah.
Shah's a legend, absolute legend.
Odegaard's been so good for Arsenal today. He's just been every time they've had an attack, he's been the one that started it.
Anything happening at Leicester?
No. Oh, other than Madison. Madison got subbed off a while ago.
Thanks for that timely update. Just
30 minutes ago, James Maddison was on the pitch, but he's not anymore. Yeah, I just to go back to what Mitch was saying, I wonder if Odegaard will stay.
Yeah, it's a difficult deal to pull off, isn't it? Because I feel he's been so good for them. Really, it's taken him a little bit to get his stride, but he's been really good for them. And I think if they signed him, he'd only benefit them. But I think the summer now has to be finding someone that can do that long term. Because I don't know if Madrid are going to be able to sell him.
No, I don't think they will. He's had he's had a good season last season at Sociedad, and then he's had a mixed bag at, I was going to say Man United there, Arsenal. But yeah, he's had a mixed bag, so I wonder what they will do with him. Tuchel did it wrong today. James shouldn't play as a centre-back, and Aspi is a wing-back. Werner should be on the bench, says Bruno.
Changes for Spurs. Bale on for Bergwijn.
Well, we're getting a change of scenery with Mitch.
I don't want to pull the curtain back on the magic of the show, but the laptop is running out of charge because I fried my battery on it. So, 3 years of uni and poor management of it. It's just fried it. Wow.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got mine literally on charge all the time. Kean is back. Lovely to have you back, Kean. I mean, can you bring some goals for us? That'd be brilliant, Kean. I'd really appreciate that. 65 minutes played at Villa Park. Diabolical from Chelsea. John McGinn picks up a yellow card. Reece James has given the ball away a couple of times, being in the centre mid. He does look he's starting to look a little bit out of his depth. Chelsea need to do everything now. I don't know if they're playing a three at the back. They're trying to play a three at the back. I think Pulisic has gone out into that right wing back role. Here's Werner though. He loses the ball, of course. Hits the line for Ziyech. Ziyech is offside. That was obvious.
We've got Hannibal Medri warming up for United here for a potential debut.
Who?
He's called Hannibal Medri. He's apparently, I've not seen enough of him to comment. I've only seen him in bits, but it's always difficult with youth teams. But he's just won one of the youth team player of the year awards. So he'll probably get a debut today.
Kai Havertz has just come on for Mateo Kovacic, so I assume Mason Mount is going into midfield. So midfield 2 will be Mason Mount and Reece James, and Havertz will go up top. We don't look at the table though, says Max. No, we don't. We keep firmly focusing on the fact that Chelsea, they're still 2-0 down. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. We need to do what we We need to be better here. And we'll wait and see. I'm going to see if there's any more goals anywhere else. It's dried up for the goals, really. Just looking everywhere. We haven't had a score update in a little while, unless I've got loads of them wrong. But we haven't had a score update in a little while. Yeah, I think they're all the same.
Nothing seems to have changed.
No, unfortunately. Kean says, I can't stand the Conference League. Paddy wants the Conference League, so two contrasting opinions there.
Twisting my words there. I'd take it if we could have it.
Oh, come on.
I guess it's a more, European football. I mean, what do you guys think about the World Cup every 2 years?
Shambles. It just makes it less special.
I have no interest in that. Yeah.
It just
Yeah, I
seems
agree
it's
with
going
that.
to be too much, isn't it? I mean, at least with the Euros and then the World Cup, it is different.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, you've got the opportunity to actually win a Euros, whereas the World Cup's a little bit out of reach a lot of the time. Like we saw Portugal win it the other year, and I don't think Portugal would have ever won the World Cup with the form they showed in that tournament. Oh, blimey. Matt Targett has done so well at that back post. Kai Havertz is causing problems already. He's clashed into Emi Martinez as he's gone in. The ball came in towards the back post, but it has just gone straight over the bar. It looks easier to put in. That was almost Timo Werner-esque, but it was Matt Targett who got the touch on it. So clearly he'd been watching Timo Werner and decided, I'm going to defend like that instead. Big opportunity, though. Is that World Cup news confirmed, Jordan? Is what Max asked.
They are doing a feasibility study, which basically means can UEFA get enough sponsors to make it worth their while?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. So it may happen. What I'd like to see is what's going to happen with the Euros. Where
I was about to say, what would happen with the
in.
Euros if you do a World Cup every 2 years? And the Nations League as well, that was meant to stop this barrage of pointless friendlies. That would be quickly scrapped, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't personally care. I don't really care for international football, so yeah. It'd make it even harder to care.
Emi Martinez is just down a little bit injured. I think he caught something from Kai Havertz there. There wasn't anything in it, nothing malicious or anything like that. But he is down, just taking some treatment, looking to get the play back underway in a little while. Yeah, I don't know what to think of with the World Cup stuff, because for me, like, the World Cup is the World Cup. It makes it good. Like, as much as I'd love to have it every year, I wouldn't, because I love the drama of it, and part of that is the fact it is every 4 years, and making it every 2 years would lose that effect. And I'm quite looking forward to the Euros, because, like, Wales would have never finished in that semi-final, would they, of a World Cup. And because of the Euros, they were able to. But Havertz is going down this right-hand side here, takes a shot blocked by Mings, though.
I think it's a similar principle of the Super League. People saying they want to see...
Pulisic. Chilwell! Go on! That's in! It is in! He's 2-1! Ben Chilwell.
The comeback.
Fuck's sake.
The comeback.
We've got a sniff. Here we go.
That does make it interesting. Aguero's got a goal, by the way, 4-0.
4-0.
Aguero's got his last goal.
4-0 City. Kean says we want Milo. Maybe if Chelsea win, you'll get Milo, Kean. Maybe if Chelsea win.
I'm loving the "We Want Milo" hashtag. I feel like that is now the latest thing.
Yeah, I know.
When you get big, you need to get it trending on Twitter.
Hashtag we want Milo.
Yeah. Half of the world will be like, what on earth is going on? but shares in Nestle will skyrocket because everyone thinks it'll be that chocolate sports drink. You can get...
Oh, 2-1. Chelsea in with a sniff. Ben Chilwell with a goal. At least this one counted, unlike the goal against Leicester. Rudiger, has been fouled there by Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, I think, is trying to get in Batman's head there.
There's a bit of a scrap going on. I don't know what's caused the scrap, but there's beef.
There's beef.
As soon I use proper kicking off. Oh, he's been carded. He's got a yellow.
I don't know, Jeff.
Come on, Chelsea. It looks like Trent Alexander-Arnold's also got a yellow. I don't know what. He just pushed him over. Trent Alexander-Arnold just pushed Ayew over, and he just went full rage.
Well, fair enough then. Fair enough.
We both got a yellow card for that, so you know.
I really hope. Yeah, I really hope Chelsea beat City, because it would be so good if Aguero didn't get that send-off that he's like looking for with the whole, I'm not going to leave City until we win the Champions League, and this year is the Champions League final. That would be so good if Chelsea could win that.
Do you know what? It'd be good if pigs can fly as well, but you know, it's No, it would be good. No, I get what you're saying, and to be fair to you, Sam, I do think Chelsea will put a lot of effort into that final.
There's no reason why they can't win it.
Equaliser for Spurs.
Get in! Come on!
An equaliser for Spurs.
Yeah.
That is poor from Leicester.
Fifth again.
That is poor from Leicester.
Chelsea back in it, says Harry. They are. They most certainly are. What is going on? Who scored, Paddy?
Gareth Bale.
Gaz Bales.
I don't know if I've got to yet. I've seen it on SofaScore. I can't see what's going on.
I didn't realise I just exclusively brought Chris Kamara on this stream. I don't know, Jeff.
Just give me a minute.
I don't know.
I can see it about to come in.
That's what she said.
I think it was Sanchez. It was Sanchez making up for his penalty.
Davison Sanchez has made it 2-2. Bertrand Traore's just come off for, I don't know, I'm not going to pronounce that lad's name. It's very long, and I don't know it. Chuck.
Salah on the go. Into the middle. Oh no, these stupid ads. Mane. What a hit. Bottom left-hand corner. It's Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 0.
Liverpool 2-0. So Liverpool, the only ones at the minute not bottling it, aren't they? Who'd have thought?
Are we surprised though? I'm not surprised. I've maintained for a good few months now that Liverpool was going to get top 4. I'm not surprised at all.
Pulisic looking down the line again for Werner. Intercepted again.
The goal was actually a Schmeichel own goal. But
oh dear.
Sanchez tried to claim it, but it just hit Schmeichel's arm.
That was it was a clean shot from Mane.
I'm going to have to watch all of this on Match of the Day later on this evening. Chelsea have just won a free kick high up the field here. It looks like someone's going into the book there as well from the referee. We're just, for some reason, just looking at Tuchel rather than what's going on the actual field. I don't want to look at Tuchel. There we are. I don't know who's been booked. I will tell you in a second. Oh, Mike. Got it. Nailed it.
Smooth.
Bailey says Chelsea UEFA Champions League spot right now. We are. We're just in it, but we need to get ourselves back on level terms. If we can get ourselves back on level terms, then Leicester have to do something. Like, I know they have to do something anyway, but they have to score. Chelsea are only in it as well by 2 goal difference. Ball whipped in from Ziyech. Oh, defended. Havertz. Oh my God. That proper rebounded. Chelsea appealing for a handball. I'm sure that'll go to VAR. Havertz looks convinced that was a handball. I'm sure that will go to VAR. I don't think it'll be anything. Harry says it's 5-0 City. Aguero scored again.
Aguero scored again. Everton have just completely rolled over it, haven't they?
Yeah, I was going to say, Harry, have they even shown up?
Embarrassing.
Oh, to be fair, that hits Mings' hand, but his hand is down by his side. So fair play to the referee for not giving that one. I think that'd have been harsh. Obviously, I'd have taken it, but that'd have been harsh. So it is 5-0 City. Jesus. What a send-off for Sergio Aguero as well. Maybe that's what they were going for. A good send-off for Aguero. 75 minutes in here, guys. If there is anyone new in the chat, be sure to smash that subscribe button. And hit like as well, everyone. Be sure to get in the chat.
Liverpool are going for it now. They really are.
Liverpool look home and hose, don't they?
Is Aguero going to run with a hat-trick here? Are we going to see that from the bench?
Aspilicueta. Oh! Chelsea are trying everything now. Long shots from Aspilicueta are even coming in. Like, you know, they're trying everything. They really are.
James
they
Milner's
are trying
everything.
Oh, it's 3-0 to West Brom. 3-0 to West Brom as well. 3-0 to
you mean Leeds?
To West Brom to Leeds, yeah.
Leeds, yeah. Bamford.
Yeah, Patrick Bamford. Oh, I just
Jorginho Ronaldo's coming off, and just said James Milner's coming on.
maybe Jorginho Wijnaldum's last game for Liverpool as well.
He's
Clinton
getting
is-
he's getting a well and truly good send off. Standard ovation from the whole of Anfield. Hugs from
all
Klopp.
5 fans that are still in there.
Excuse me.
Wolves are
it's
trying to.
Raptors.
Wolves are trying to put it on United now, but it's a bit of good defending, to be honest. It's just seen it out, United. They've played well. Ahmad's looked good for United as well. He's definitely lacking physicality. There's definitely a reason why they've been so hesitant to play him, but Diallo has looked good sort of when he's had the space to try things.
Bailey says, crazy scenes for the last day of the season. It is. It's going right down to the wire here. And Liverpool look like they're home and hosed, but they're not quite out of touching distance. 1 goal and Palace could be right back in it. Chelsea need to get themselves 2 goals if they want to absolutely confirm that they are going up. And Leicester still drawing 2-2, with
2-2.
Spurs. So all to play for in mine and Paddy's games, and I am so nervous going into this final 15 minutes. I can take a loss against Aston Villa provided we get into the Champions League. Ball out wide here to Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell looking for Werner, but well defended again by Mings. Mings is on somewhere else in this game. He is absolutely on it today, Tyrone Mings. Pulisic, if he's just switched on there, he gets onto the end of that header from Kai Havertz. If he's just switched on.
How are you feeling, Sam?
Nervous. Very, very nervous.
Erdegaard's just come off at Arsenal and Martinelli's just come on, and fans look a little bit, I don't know, they've been very keen to give some praise to Erdegaard. Whether that'll be his last appearance for him or not.
Might well be. We might be seeing a lot of final games here. Jacob Ramsey has just come on for El Ghazi, so the young lad getting a leg stretch in this second half. Maybe might work in Chelsea's favour that they're bringing on young players. I know obviously they're looking to get some game time and stuff like that for different players, but that might work well for Chelsea, provided that they can push on further forward. 10 minutes left of football here at Villa Park. Oh, my God. I'm more nervous about the fact that I cannot see the Leicester game. That is what is making me so nervous, the fact I cannot see the Leicester game. And I'm just so worried that we're going to end up like, it's not even us bottling it. It would be like Leicester just winning it. I'm so nervous, man. Final game for Bale. Do you reckon it will be, Paddy?
Yeah, I think so. I think especially if Kane goes, I think he'll have no reason to want to stay.
It's got to be, hasn't it? There's no ways. Do you reckon he'll do it last season in Madrid? I think he might.
I think he probably will.
New manager.
He just came
I think
over.
Zidane will go.
Yeah. I think he really just came over to make sure he's ready for the Euros.
Yeah, bit of a break. Get fit.
You got used.
Yeah, they did get used massively, didn't they?
Yeah.
He proper teased him.
To be fair, though, Mourinho just barely ever started him. That we could have got way more out of it.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? I think he made everyone sort of believe like he was unfit for the first half of the season. And then he came on and started banging in the goals when he was used. It was really strange.
He's just made it 3-0 in the other game.
Because when he's played, he's had quite a bit of an impact. I think he could have been a bit of a star player, but just didn't really get the chance. So I just couldn't blame
Mata is coming off for United. That might be Mata's farewell. It's a shame it's not at Old Trafford, but it might be. And Ahmad's going off as well. Shola, Shuratere and Hannibal have come on. 2 youngsters. Oh, Juan Mata, I'm going to miss you. What a guy.
Chelsea corner here. Defended again. They're just defending everything at the front post. That's Chelsea's problem this entire game. They've not been able to do anything when they have had the ball in promising positions. And Chelsea look like they're going to be bottling it as well, which isn't good for Chelsea. I'm telling you that now. Let's have a look at the comments. Please don't tell me this is another goal, and that's why the comments are going. There's 8 people in the comments. Let's have a look. Oh, it's just saying about 3-0.
I like how you're sus when your viewers are so high.
I know.
Oh, my channel's doing well. Must be bad for Chelsea.
That's all it ever means. That's all it ever means. Paddy, what's going on in your game?
Well, I've lost a stream, so I've just been looking at SofaScore, but I see
It's 3-2 to Tottenham.
Tottenham has scored.
No
Who is
way.
it?
Gareth
Who is
Bale
it?
scored.
Bale's leaving with a
Told you.
goal.
He's always had an impact.
Oh,
when
Leicester,
he's
the
been
bottle
played.
jobs, man.
87 minutes played as well at Leicester as well, so
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one for them.
that's
You want
going
to
to be
get back in
difficult.
that?
Chelsea safe now. They're not quite safe. Well, I mean, are they safe though? Because they've got to get 2 now, haven't they, Leicester?
Oh,
they've got to get
there's
2 in the dying minutes.
a nasty looking injury at United. It doesn't look good. What's happened there? So the ball's going for a cross, and no one was really challenged to it. Morgan Gibbs-White, it looks like it's been his shoulder maybe. I think it's Morgan Gibbs-White's tried a scorpion kick. He's made contact, but he's gone flying over. But he's landed hard on his shoulder, and he looks to be in a lot of pain. He looks to be in a lot of pain.
We knew what was just flawed. Go and got a yellow card for it.
Brilliant.
There's no way to word it. It was literally just flawed.
Newcastle are 2-0 up as well. A lot of goals today. Is it still 2-1 United, Mitch? Anything really been happening over there?
No, it's still 2-1. Not a lot's happened now. Wolves have ramped up a bit. United are doing this thing that's really annoying where they just take the foot off the gas and absorb it, which is a silly thing to do when you've got so many kids on the pitch. But it's been a good performance from them for the most part when they've had the ball. A lot of good individual performances. They've never looked too uncomfortable. On the ball, they've looked good. Van der Beek's looked really good in the middle. The fullbacks have been good to deal with the 1v1s. Obviously, it's not over yet, so they need to be mindful of that because they're taking the foot off the gas. But generally, it's been good.
Oh, so close. So close. That was nearly Salah's goal.
Walk us through it, Jordan.
Firmino passes it to Salah. They're all over the box, and Salah just doesn't give it enough power, and Giatta just gets a finger to it and pushes it off. But that
Trying to find out what's happened to Gibbs White.
That was so close. I feel sorry for Salah in this game. I don't know if it's the pressure getting to him because he knows he just needs 2 goals to take the boot, or what. I feel for him. I really do.
Yeah, he looks like he might have been bottling it here a little bit, doesn't he?
He does. He really does. And he can tell he's frustrated with himself. I don't think he's going to get it though. I think he's just too wound up now.
Who is the sexy guy in the conservatory?
Oh shit! So you're back, my boy.
I think there's been an issue with racism in the United Wolves game. I think a Wolves fan's been thrown out for it, which is just stupid. Just what is the point? But
awful. At least they've dealt with it. That's all we can. That's all we can say. At least they've dealt with it, and I don't understand. I don't understand why people are like that. Chelsea really piling on the pressure here. They want more than just they want a point. Back post, Ben Chilwell again. Oh my God, what a save that is from Emi Martinez. Oh my gosh. I'm
just getting on me on the mods.
Yeah, I've just seen.
Oh, you sorted it. Yeah.
I sorted it.
Oh yeah, Harry Kane sorted it as well.
It was quite a funny comment.
It was a funny comment. I was just like, wait, what? I mean, I was like, oh, let's get it sorted.
West Brom have scored at Leeds, and Poggy Games says it's all over. He thinks it's all over. Is it? That's the question. Is it all over?
Where we're looking?
Have Leicester bottled it entirely? I can't even see.
I don't know.
The game hasn't ended
Full
yet.
time.
It's still going.
No, it's still going.
Still going.
92nd minute.
92 minutes in. Chelsea have had 12 shots on attempts at target in this second half, and only scored once. That's proper FIFA starting it for you, that.
McCarthy off for Crystal Palace. Van Aanholt's come on.
So it looks like Liverpool in third, doesn't it? It looks like Liverpool are about to
Gibbs
secure
White
third
has managed
place.
to get back to his feet and run it off that shoulder. He's managed to run off, so it doesn't look like it's too bad, but it looked really bad for him, and he was proper in pain with it.
Oh, get up, Jack Grealish, you big baby. Oh, he's just been sent off here. What? Has Aspilicueta just been sent off? How did Aspilicueta get sent off there?
Through?
No way has
Look at that.
Aspilicueta just been sent
And
off for
James.
that.
What a roller coaster for you, Sam.
What?
Goal line save from Hugo
Still not.
Lloris. A Leicester corner.
What has he been sent off for there? Right, so Aspilicueta goes in for a tackle with Jack. Oh, okay, he's. I don't know what he's trying to do there, Aspilicueta. Why has he put his hand out? He's just screwed himself over. I don't know whether he's going to push Jack Grealish off him or what he's going to do, but he's basically ended up smacking Jack Grealish around the face. And provided that it is full time, is it full time? It's still not full time.
But not everyone. No.
It's still not full time.
No,
What
yeah,
an
it's still
awful
going
game.
there. It looks like Spurs have guaranteed themselves conference because Arsenal finished 2-0 now. So unless Spurs bottle it dramatically in this game, it's the Conference League is theirs.
Yeah. Unless Spurs do classic Spurs, it does look like Spurs have come up big for Chelsea and, well, for themselves to get them in the Conference League. It's all they ever wanted. Here's Hakim Ziyech on his left foot. Chelsea still looking to push, even with a man down. I don't know why Aspilicueta has responded like that. I don't know why he's done that. What an idiot. What? I understand there's a lot of pressure on and stuff like that, but he didn't need to do that. He did not need to do that. And we are in the final few minutes here.
So, because he's just been red carded, does that ban carry over now to the first game of the season?
Yeah, first 3 games of the season, wasn't it?
First 3 games. That's annoying.
Yeah. So it's still not full time. Are you kidding me? What are they doing at Leicester? What are they doing?
Tottenham are just playing on the defensive, just sat on their half.
Yeah, I bet they are. This is killing me, man. Come on, Chelsea. Let's get an equaliser. 5 minutes added time. Plenty of opportunity. 5-0. Wow, exactly. It's mental. Manchester City 5-0 up against Everton. Everton have just rolled over, really. Maybe they didn't want the conference either. Maybe that was their reasoning behind that.
We've got 3 minutes of added time here at Anfield.
We've got 5 minutes at United.
Yeah, Jack Grealish going up the other end. He's got Mings for support. Jack Grealish, will he go alone? Looks for the young lad whose name I can't pronounce. And Ollie Watkins hasn't done very well there. I would try and pronounce his name, but I genuinely don't know what it is. We got goals today. No 0-0s. Exactly, Shah. What a last game of the season it has been. And I am just... Sam, update the Sheffield score.
Spurs?
4-2 Spurs?
According
4-2.
to SofaScore. I haven't seen the goal yet, but according to SofaScore, yeah.
4-2 Spurs. Is Porto in the Champions League, Jordan Spence?
They are. Double thumbs up. They got second in the league. Sporting won. So, yeah, Champions League for Porto. See you end of the season.
Goal disallowed, I think.
Goal's been disallowed. All right, I just changed it for no reason. Proper leading me on, aren't you?
Actually, no, it wasn't disallowed.
Oh, for God's sake! You are killing me, man.
Bale, 95th minute.
Get in there, Spurs. Get in there. You won't hear me say that many times, but get in, Spurs. Bale is a monster, says Bruno. Bale has come up clutch for us today. Maybe he's a Chelsea fan. Who knows? But Chelsea, in the final few minutes here, I'd love to get an equaliser because I don't want to deal with Josh gloating in my DMs on Twitter because he's an Aston Villa fan. I don't want to deal with that. But to be fair, it looks like we're gonna finish in the Champions League. So
why slide into your DMs when it could be public beef?
Exactly. We're gonna
get the engagement up.
Call him out in a video.
Yeah, just like Villa cheated and here's why.
As it stands, Leicester out of the Champions League places, Chelsea in fourth. Thomas Tuchel, though, isn't happy with what he's seen. He's still yelling the commands down to his Chelsea side.
Spurs 4-2 full time.
Full-time 4-2.
Conference League Spurs.
Yeah, and Harry Kane Golden Boot winner as well. Chelsea still playing here at Aston Villa. And that does mean that Chelsea will be in the Champions League in possibly the least dramatic style in the world, in the sense that we've just both ended up losing the game. The Chelsea have ended up in the Champions League, and, well, so have Liverpool. Liverpool currently still 2-0 at the moment, and the confirmation there, it is 2-0. It is 2-0. Still got a couple of minutes left at Chelsea, though. Can they get an equaliser? Chelsea have had so many
full time at
opportunities.
Anfield. Liverpool win 2-0.
Liverpool win 2-0. So that is Liverpool on 69 points, just like I predicted in my video however many weeks ago. And it also does mean that Leicester will drop out of the top four. And it's going to be disappointing for Leicester City fans. I'm sure they are disappointed. Got a few seconds left here at Villa Park. Can Chelsea get another goal? I wonder. They've got 30 seconds. It does look a bit lethargic. I think Chelsea know. I think they know that they don't have to score now and that, just waste their own time. I'm sure. The thing is, it's a little bit of a, like, Villa are all like chanting and, looking very confident in themselves. But Chelsea have done what they've needed to do. Yeah, but Chelsea have done what they needed to do. They're looking very confident, and Chelsea have just picked up another booking there. I think Kepa's just got booked for time wasting. That shows how little Chelsea are caring now that they've heard the news filter through that Leicester have lost against Tottenham Hotspur on the final day. And that is full time, 2-1 to Aston Villa. And what? Score an own goal already, says Poggy. So who is fourth? We will get onto that one in a second. Let me share my screen and then we can have a look at the table. What does all of this mean for the table? And I can't believe Aspilicueta got sent off. Like, it was such a stupid thing. That's actually wound me up, that Aspilicueta got himself sent off. What a stupid fool. Let's have a look. Yes, Poggy says Chelsea UEFA Champions League. We've snuck in. We've just about snuck in the most dramatic of senses. Gareth Bale and Harry Kane come into our aid. But let's have a look at the table if I can get it shared. This is the one time I've actually ever wanted Spurs to win, and thank God they have won. Thank God have won.
Right. Full time at United. Unbeaten away record remains all season. Second place. That is that.
Cool. Not bad. Right, let's have a look. So this is what it all means for the table. With Liverpool winning 2-0, it does mean that Chelsea sits 2 points below them as Liverpool found some incredible form. 5 wins on the spin. Their last 5 games, and they've probably been a little bit hard done to this season. It's been a difficult one for Liverpool, and to finish third, 5 points behind Man United, not a bad season for Liverpool considering where they have been at different stages in the season. And then Chelsea, here we are. Look, we can see Chelsea sat in 4th place with 67 points. Thankfully, didn't need to win today because Tottenham Hotspur, their rivals, are just down the road, have come in handy there for Chelsea, and they've done They've done Chelsea a massive favour, and Leicester will be disappointed. Look at that final 5 games. 3 losses, 1 draw and a win. Leicester have well and truly done a Spurs and bottled it here. They have well and truly bottled it. And speaking of Spurs, Leicester, to be fair, only 1 point ahead of West Ham United now. Only 1 point ahead.
Leicester
and
have
not really a fair
balled that.
reflection of Leicester's season.
They've sat in the top 4 all
not a
season
fair reflection
until
of
the
Leicester's season.
last couple of games. That's poor. It's really poor.
It's mental. It happened last season. It's happened this season again, and it's gone down to the final game of the season, and they've not been able to replicate any form generally. And Arsenal went on a little bit of a run there, didn't they? 5 wins on the spin as well. But Paddy, Tottenham going into the conference. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, if it's all we can get, we might as well take it. If we were being able to travel more, it would make for some interesting adventures, I'm sure. But I still don't think we can be happy with that. Obviously, Champions League is where we should be. But it somehow doesn't surprise me that we're in this position this season.
Next season looks worrying though as well, doesn't it now?
Yeah.
A manager has to come in with no Kane, really, potentially, no Bale. And it's like, what manager can you attract when Kane's on the verge of leaving? Bale's going.
Yeah. There aren't even that many managers about, I don't think, or certainly any elite top tier managers.
Yeah, they're going to be available widely.
Choice. I wouldn't even be surprised if Son wanted to go. I think.
Yeah, I think he's
Son
good enough
shouldn't leave it late.
Yeah.
I think he'll follow
if
suit.
Kane leaves, yeah.
Absolutely. And Jordan, what have you made of Liverpool today? Obviously, not your usual forte, but what have you made of Liverpool?
Do you know what? They played really well. I mean, there was at the beginning, like we talked it through, Palace looked like they had Liverpool on the run. Liverpool settled in, got really comfortable. Salah let himself down today, but Mane and Firmino worked together really well. They got that first goal in, and they worked from that. They came in on the second half and they led again. They came out looking like, no, 1-0's not enough for us. We want more. And then there seemed to be a lot of tension for a bit where any minor foul and like half the squads were at each other. I mean, yeah, when I can't remember who got pushed over now, but when they got pushed over, yeah, fair dues. That was unnecessary, and yeah, you would be mad with that. But then there was like a bit of a shoulder barge going on, and that's kind of caused World War III. And the people just lost their heads. I don't know if Palace seemed to instigate more of it than Liverpool did, but then Liverpool just reacted, and you're just letting yourselves down really. And then again, that second goal, and that sealed the deal. But Liverpool didn't seem done there either. I genuinely feel sorry for Salah. He worked so hard. Like, it's not like he didn't try. He was running like he always does, up and down the pitch, supersonic speed, like he always does. And he deserved a goal to finish the season, really. And it just didn't happen for him. But I would feel confident if that Liverpool team, and obviously Van Dijk being back next season, I would feel confident that Liverpool, I'm not going to say win the league, but are easily a contender to win the league.
Yeah, definitely be back up there, because that's what you've got to bear in mind. This Liverpool side have struggled defensively all season long, and fair play to them to finish third. It looked at one point when that they were dead and buried when they lost against Newcastle. Dropped points against Newcastle, should I say. So they did look dead and buried, and fair play to them. They've gone on an incredible sort of final 5 games that's put them back in contention until a point today where, they had 3 sort of easier games, the final 3 games in comparison to Chelsea and Leicester. And, they've done the job. They've done the job when needed, and that's the important things. Harry says, give Eddie Howe a go at Spurs. Now, Paddy, what do you reckon to Eddie Howe?
I mean, out of the possible options, he would be fairly, high on the list. But I do think we'll be after, like, someone who does have that top club experience. He's done well with Bournemouth, managed them for years, but I don't think he's necessarily an upgrade on what we've had before. It'd definitely be an upgrade on Ryan Mason, but I don't think he's got the experience we'd be after, to be honest.
I think Spurs is going to struggle to attract people, not just a manager, but replacements for who you're losing. I think Spurs, I wouldn't expect a lot from them next season. I think they're going to be in a big transition period next season and to try and prove themselves, but it's going to be on limited. I mean, there is talent there, but it's going to be on limited talent compared to what other teams you got. I'm not even nervous going to be a prediction video, but I think top 10 for Spurs next season is going to be a good result for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I probably do agree. Yeah, we can't exactly be aiming very high. It looks bleak.
Yeah, especially with the transitional one next year, won't it? Sorry, I was going to say. I mean, next year you probably have to write it off. Maybe, I don't know. It's going to be like a Potter or a Howe, isn't it, for a year? But then it depends, how Nagelsmann doesn't buy in next season. How whoever comes in at Madrid will probably do. You know what I mean? There'll be another merry-go-round in the next 18 months of managers.
Yeah.
Because there's been quite a few shifts, so there's definitely going to be some falling out of jobs. So it might just be a case of sort of biding time and writing one off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I don't know, I think the thing is with Spurs, they might have to do what Chelsea did with Frank Lampard and just wait it out and just go, right, we're going to stick with Mason for half a season, see where we get to, let him buy the players who he thinks and he wants, and Spurs are going to have to rebuild from there, and they might just have to take the hit for a season. I know obviously Daniel Levy won't want that because he's only thinking about the dollar, but it's one of those things. It's going to be a difficult one. And then moving on from people who've had a disappointing season, we've got to then move to Leicester, who 2 weeks ago looked like they had a fantastic season. Of course, beating Chelsea in the FA Cup final still makes it a very good season for Leicester. But where do Leicester go from here? Because there's clearly something wrong with this squad if they've twice in a row, 2 years in a row, have bottled Champions League.
I think there just needs to be like a bit of a change in the guard now. They've made incredible progress, and they can be very happy with winning the FA Cup. Who isn't? But like now, if they want to kick on, and still, like we were saying, Europa League football is great for them, but they should have been in the Champions League. So if they want to kick on now, they need to kind of not stay moving sideways. They need to keep moving forwards. Starting to think about how can we upgrade on a few of these players in the squad that are fine, but not serial winners. Perez is fine. Even Iheanacho's fine. He's he's found a few goals or whatever. But there are still places in that squad that you could probably really improve, like barring Tielemans and Ndidi in midfield, Maddison ahead. They've got sprinkles of really good quality, and they need to make on that now and really kick on and get a few big name wins in, I think, and cement that. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think they need to work in the Europa League next season, and they need to make sure that when they do go into the Europa League, that they get a bit further than they did this season, because they were very much favourites for the vast majority of it, and then like Spurs did, they bottled it a little bit. And Leicester City, I do think it's going to be a massively, massively disappointing season for them. I'm just going to share my screen quickly because I've just been sent this by the wonderful Jake Hare. So I'm just going to share my screen with you just to get your guys' reaction. Right, the second. Here we are. With Daniel Amati throwing away the Champions League.
That's exactly it, though. Players like him, players like Amati, they're not bad players. They'll do a job, but how much longer do they want to be doing a job and sort of being the miracle team that everyone loves a little bit and sort of kicking on? They need to be very careful because, like we're talking about then, Spurs have had a really good team now for the past couple of years, haven't they? And they got to that Champions League final, but they didn't win anything with it. I feel like Leicester are sort of reaching that territory over the next few years where they can build a really good team, but they need to deliver on it or else it will fall apart. because you know what I mean. Football's cyclical; it will go away as quickly as it's come together.
It most certainly will. It's a very fast-changing game, is football, and one year you can be on top, one year you can be, 8th, 9th, and we've seen that so many years, and obviously I'm gonna touch on Chelsea a little bit now because I don't know what you guys think as obviously people who aren't fans of Chelsea. But from the position we were in under Frank Lampard, where we sort of dropped down to sort of 8th and 9th, and then there was like 3 points separating us and Arsenal, I would consider, even if we'd finished in the Europa League, maybe it would have been a bit disappointing if we'd have finished in the Europa League, but even if we'd have finished sort of in the top 5, I'd have considered that to be a really good turnaround for Thomas Tuchel. Mainly because obviously you look at the teams we've lost against. We lost against Arsenal, which was all our own doing. That was a Jorginho back pass. West Brom was a sending off, and I'm now going to claim that Aston Villa was also a sending off. So there's been lots of reasons, and we were very lucky, as Jai says here. We were very lucky, but I think it's been a good season, and I think to reach 2 finals for Chelsea is, especially the team of the quality. I don't think under Frank Lampard anyone's expected us to get to a Champions League final, maybe an FA Cup final, but definitely not to get to a Champions League final.
I had words in my mouth then and they've all disappeared. You can be happy with the result that's happened today because obviously you're in the Champions League. You cannot be proud of the result that you've got today because what Chelsea did from the way you described it, and obviously I'll have to follow up on the telly later on. I don't think Chelsea's got that consistency now. I would be concerned if I was a Chelsea fan going into the Champions League final about winning it based on today's performance and based on previous performances. Now, I think Tuchel's doing a very good job with Chelsea, and I think again next season Chelsea top 4 finish 100% guaranteed pretty much if we're basing what we've just had since January to now. There's obviously been the issues 5-2 which will be a meme in our hearts forever, but I do think the talent's there. I mean, Werner needs to sort himself out. He really needs to have a good word with himself, and whatever's going wrong, whether it's a mental block.
Have we lost Jordan?
Oh, have I gone?
No, I can.
No,
I can't hear him.
I can hear him.
Oh,
I can.
All right, just
maybe he's just blind to criticism. And then I could say anything about Chelsea now. But
I genuinely, it just everyone cut out other than Mitch. All I could see was Mitch. That was so weird.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're both back.
No, that's fine. And Werner needs to have a word with himself. He needs to find whatever this drought's going on. It just seems mental. It just seems like a mental block. The ability's there, obviously. But what a waste! What a waste is all I have to say. Really, what a waste.
The thing is, as well, Chelsea. They showed it today in abundance. They took 12 shots in that second half and have only scored 1. If they want to be challenging for these big titles, fair enough in one-off games in like the Champions League, they can do a job. But if they want to be challenging week in, week out for a Premier League title, which will be the goal for Thomas Tuchel next season, then they need to be making the most of these chances. They really do. Finally, we'll just touch on a little bit about Manchester United. Obviously, Mitch, there is the final on Wednesday. How are you feeling towards that? Finishing, you finished second now, 5 points ahead of Liverpool, which, to be fair, a few weeks ago didn't look like it was going to happen. But that's more credit to Liverpool than it is a discredit to Manchester United. Yeah.
No one's really cared about the league now for a few weeks since we really wrapped up second in top 4. The priority was sort of getting through to that final. But yeah, all eyes on that now. Maguire's the big sweat, losing Maguire. But let's face it, he's not going to play. He's got a decision to make now because I think Tuan Xavier will start, funnily enough. I think he'll play him on the left side. I think the decision is who out of Lindelof and Bailly is going to make that team, because they're just both as erratic as each other. But yeah, get that final Wednesday. We need to win it. And then regroup in summer. Big summer ahead. They need to get that right. And if they get that right, then there's no reason why they can't push for a title charge. There's no reason why they can't.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big summer for a lot of teams, and definitely the 3 teams which we are representing here. Maybe not even so for Liverpool, to be fair. Liverpool will just be wanting to get Virgil van Dijk back fit. But I guess we are going to conclude that. Joseph's had to go as well because he was on his break, so he's had to go. So we might as well conclude it now. What's the point if Curly's not here?
Yeah, Curly's not about. I'll say it's done.
Exactly. Colin says Flute from Chelsea would have finished higher if Mount wasn't there. To be fair, Mount did absolutely blaze one over there. So it wasn't great from Mason Mount, but Chelsea have got the job done somehow, and that is all that really matters. So we will conclude it here. Naturally, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? This final day, it's been full of drama. I haven't really had the highs. I've just had consistent lows, and then more lows.
You had a glimmer of hope.
And then Gareth Bale.
We're in European final, in the Champions League final.
Yeah, but not today. But not today. I've not had that excitement. Harry says, "Cheers, Sam. Enjoyed the streams this season." No worries, Harry. Thank you for stopping by, mate. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I've not really had the excitement which maybe some of you guys have watching at home, being Liverpool fans, being Leicester fans or whatever, because you were ahead, whatever it may be. But it's been a good game. It's been a good game and day crossed there. So it has been a good day for football, and it's been exciting for the most part. So I'd like to thank you 3 for all coming on. It's been a pleasure. It's been different. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Maybe a little bit of a different thing. Maybe a little bit chaotic when we're all Chris Kamara, but maybe a little bit chaotic. But thank you guys for joining me. And if you aren't already following each of these guys on social medias, be sure to go down into the description and follow them, and also check out Paddy's band Quentin, who do the outro and the intro songs for me, which I've stolen off them appropriately. Anyway, guys, I will conclude today's show here as Jordan gets nice and up close with the camera.
Oh, sorry, I'm just. I noticed that I was still doing that dodgy stream on the Mac, and I thought, "Oh, best turn that off." I don't.
But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you all and all of the help over this season. 305 subscribers seems mental from where we were at, even in January, where we just scraped 100 at the beginning of January. So 200 over the last 3 or 4 months has been mental. So thank you to you guys. I really do appreciate it. And do keep your eyes peeled, because this isn't me going anywhere across the course of June. We've got an absolutely ram-packed June. So we will be about, and keep your eyes peeled for them. So Chelsea are in the Champions League. Yay. But not without the help of Gareth Bale, Harry Kane, and Spurs. Thank you for watching, guys. And most importantly, stay safe. Cheers.